Welcome to the 2022 Battle Motors High School Football Wrap-Up Show, live from Pointe Dining, the Big Z sports show driven by Parkway Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Tonight, the Big Z sports team will wrap up the 2022 high school football season, talk with area coaches and players, as well as announce award winners. Tonight's show is also brought to you by First National Bank of Denison, Tuscarawas Insurance Agency, Altman Hospital, DAC Vitamins and Minerals, TMK Valley Propane, Parkway Quick Lane, Wood Electric, McInturf Realty, Keim Home Center, Moore and Niedenthal Certified Public Accountants, the Commercial and Savings Bank, Dr. Nathan Springer, Dino Pergolini and Sons Equipment, Auto Works Collision Center, the Ensley Agency, First Federal Community Bank, and Kaufman Realty. Now let's head to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio, live from Pointe Dining with Joe Geckler, Chris Kale, and Nick McWilliams.
Nick McWilliams, Chris Kale here at the Pointe Dining. And guys, the 2022 football season is officially over for us. Obviously, the state championships are this weekend, but it's over for Tusk County.
Yeah, it's crazy. Year number 7 for me, year number 8 for you, and what, year number 4?
I think it's 3.
I
don't
know.
know.
Full
I can't
year.
remember.
Yeah, 18 he came in helping, and then 19 it was 4.
Our 7th year together, wrapping things up, and it just doesn't seem like it's been 7 years.
It
seems like it's been like maybe 2.
It doesn't seem like it should be over already.
I know.
Yeah.
This season flew. What a great season a lot of our area teams have had this year. And, just a roller coaster season, some comers and goers, some new faces and new coaches and new programs kind of at the top of the board, and some familiar faces as well. So it's been great. And, Nick, we get ready to turn to basketball after tonight.
We do, but, we always got to go through what I really think is one of the more fun times of the year, truthfully, whenever we get to talk about some of the best that we get to acknowledge, and also just talk about coaches' perspectives and talk about some great performances that we saw from great athletes, just regardless of for everybody who participated in the 2022 high school football season. A big congratulations to you. Thank you so much for your hard work. We wouldn't have a show if you didn't put that hard work out there every week.
Absolutely. Again, the season wrap-up show brought to you by Battle Motors. Don't go to work.
Go to battle.
There you go. And we're actually going to welcome in our first coach tonight. And Ridgewood Generals head coach John Slusser joins us here on the show. Coach, man, thanks so much. It's a big day for you, and it's a real big day for Coach.
It is a big day.
We're having him on first.
Hate this day.
I know it's a great day because
you got Gardner behind you back there giving you signals.
I'm not looking at him. He's harassing me on the way in.
So on a count of 3, we're all going to sing Happy Birthday to Coach.
Do not.
So 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Coach Slusser.
Happy birthday to you.
We didn't coordinate that well.
No, we didn't.
Yay! What'd you wish for?
What'd you wish for?
I was hoping Gardner would be gone.
No, he's still
No, he's still there.
It's because you said it out loud, Coach. That's why.
Is that it? Yeah.
So happy birthday,
I'm gonna
Coach.
sit this over here so I don't eat while I'm talking.
Thanks so much for taking time out of your special day and joining us here to talk about the Ridgewood Generals and another season in the books. And it went 8-4, 3-2 in the IVC, and you lost a lot of talent. We talked about it throughout the year. Lost a lot of talent last year, but man, you had so many great young kids on your team this year, and you guys. Pulled off some wins and got beaten some games that you probably expected to get beat in. But all in all, a pretty great season for Ridgewood.
It really was. It was a nice season. It was it was kind of where you don't want to lay expectations too low or don't set them where they normally are. But we came up with, at the beginning of the year, we were the team that had to keep Ridgewood football together. People knew we were dropping off, and I thought our kids did a great job with that. We really didn't set expectations this year on who we thought or what we thought we could get. We just wanted to play well every night. Really tried to have a lot of fun and make it interesting for the kids. So we don't want to get caught up in, we lost a game for the first time. I mean, our seniors have only lost 1 game coming into this season in their 3 years. So, if you start thinking, we lost 2, it was disappointing. But we didn't let it go that route. I was real proud of the kids and the way they kept going. And, you know, I use this analogy all the time with the kids. My wife wanted to marry a doctor. Instead, she married a phys ed teacher. Listen, you can still have fun with your marriage and have a great time.
Sure.
She didn't get exactly what she wanted. We didn't get exactly what we wanted. But listen, it's still been a great marriage, and it's still a great season.
For sure.
What an analogy.
Right.
And Coach, we're not going to take anything away from any of your players naturally. I mean, like Joe said, 8-4, great year. But, you know, this was a year that you guys maybe didn't have necessarily that really dominating force of a one player that you could sometimes lean on. But how much is that a testament to the ability for this entire team to come together and play as a unit when we talk about an 8-4 record, especially some of those great performances when you picked up big wins?
Right. You know, I thought we did a really good job. The three teams we lost to, because we lost to Garaway twice, I mean, they were all three pretty good teams. West Branch was, I really thought, elite. And if the quarterback's not banged up, they're probably still playing, you know, this weekend.
Sure.
Obviously, Indian Valley ended up making a great run. You know what they're about. And Garaway had one of the better Garaway teams they've had in a long time. You know, they're always pretty good, but I thought this team was exceptional. So, you know, there was no disgrace in the three teams we lost to. And I thought we played well in 3 of the 4.
Coach, I want to look to the defensive side of the football this year. You know, everything has been, in the past few years, has been centered around your offense, centered around the quarterback position. It was this year as well, a little bit. But I want to go to the defensive side of the football. When you look at your numbers, you only gave up 89 yards rushing a game. You only gave up 99 passing a game. That's very exceptional in a very tough league, in a very tough region. You guys only give up less than 100 yards on both sides, running the football and through the passing side of things. I think that's tremendous.
Well, listen, a lot of the credit goes to my staff. I have a really good coaching staff, and they do a good job with our kids. I mean, you guys have been around now for a while. Our kids come and play every week. They're always well prepared. Those guys do a great job. You know, we did lose some talent, but like you said earlier, we still had some pretty good players. I mean, we had Jonas Paul and Cam Hirschberger in the middle up there, good players. You know, I think Colin Smith's one of the best defensive players around. I mean, you guys saw him play twice against Garaway, and once he makes almost every tackle on the field. I mean, he has been a 3-year starter for us, started on a regional final team. I mean, he's a dude. And, you know, we still had some good players. I don't want to make it sound like we did that with some, but my staff does a great job of putting them together.
Coach, talk about your seniors. Obviously, this is the last bunch that was on that regional final run.
Right.
You know, this is the last bunch that was on that team. I believe they were sophomores. They've been sophomores on that team.
Freshmen when it first started.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Sophomores on the regional championship.
Freshman on the regional, sophomore on the regional finals, and then last year they lost in the third round.
So talk about your seniors, though.
You know, it's funny because I didn't know this because we always say this. It's hard to break records at Ridgewood. They'd only lost 1 game coming into this year, and that's pretty impressive for a group. They ended up losing 3 more in the regular season this year, so they lost 4. But they had won 8 playoff games over their career. There was a time when we couldn't win any playoff games at Ridgewood. You know what I mean? And everybody, how come we can't win in the playoffs? This group they've been to 2 regional finals. There's a lot of teams that never make it to a regional final in the school history. They did it twice. So they had a really great run. They got some bad luck, or they might have had a state championship trophy along the way. Might have had 2 of them the past 2 years. But this group was really special, and I'll tell you why. The other night at the banquet, I told the parents this. We had 20 seniors on this year's team.
Oh, wow.
7 of them started.
Wow.
13 seniors stayed out and finished the program being a part of something. And
That's awesome.
You just don't see that very often in high school sports today. Most people quit or, you know, it's about me. Our kids aren't like that. So this group will always be real special to me because 13 of the 20 stayed out and didn't even start. You just don't see that much. Most people hanging up by then.
Coach, looking at 2023, I know we just wrapped up 2022. We're always looking ahead. You guys are always getting yourselves prepared for next year. Anything upcoming on the schedule we should look for, or, you know, in particular, maybe some players that you're really looking to take that step in the offseason?
You know, we dropped Marlington and picked up Carrollton. Didn't really want to, just we were both dragging our feet, and one opened up and the other one wasn't ready to commit, so we did that. We're working on West Branch, but it looks like we're going to have them again. I wish we did. But anyhow.
You get them at home, though.
Yeah, that's right. You know, I don't know what we'll be like next year. We only have 6 juniors this year.
Oh, wow.
And it's a small class for us, extremely small. I think the groups below them are pretty good, but we've got to get those 6 guys to really take the next step in the leadership process. They've kind of been in the background with 20 seniors. So, it's going to be a big off season for those 6 to take control of it. I've said this numerous times to you guys and anybody will listen. The last year and this year coming up were 2 years that we knew were going to be tough. Now, if they can be tough and you can be 8-4 and be in the regional semifinals, that's okay. We can deal with those tough years. But they've got to do a good job protecting Ridgewood football. They've got to come back next year determined to make sure that we keep it going. So that is keeping everybody involved, keeping 20 guys, only 7 of them start, and competing in every game like they did this year. So if we can do that, we can keep Ridgewood football going.
Coach, the last 5 years we've only talked about 2 kids playing quarterback for the Generals, and they both wore number 2, Gabe and Josiah Cahill. Quarterback competition going into the fall, or do you have an idea of who may be a signal caller?
We really don't. Yeah. I mean, we've thrown out a bunch of names. We've got a bunch of kids, a freshman kid, another freshman kid, a sophomore kid. We got a kid that's going to be a junior that's never played there, which we think could be our quarterback. We have a senior that's played there before. So I don't know which way we're going to go yet. Kind of wait and play that out and see how they grow and how they change in the next year. There's a big jump in a year.
For sure.
Coach, one last thing from me. Does that make your job exciting? You've got a Gabe, you've got a Josiah, right? You know what you're going to get out of them. Now you're looking at kids that maybe either never played the position or haven't played it at the varsity level. Does that make it exciting to try and bring kids up through the program, or is it frustrating?
No, I'd rather have Gabe or Josiah.
I was going to say, your face tells me that I just
That's a no-brainer. I'd rather have Gabe or Josiah.
Your face tells me that I asked a bad question.
Well, listen, defensively, I know you didn't want to go to this point, but defensively, it's exciting to me because we're going to have some new pieces next year, but I think they're going to be really good. I don't think people understand how good we'll be defensively next year. And we'll only have 3 seniors or 4 seniors probably playing on that side with only 6 seniors total. We'll play 3 or 4 of them, but we're going to be really good. We're just going to be young. And so I really think the next 2 or 3 years we'll be back to an elite type of defense. I've got some nice big kids that can run, just a lot of good players. Offensively, our skill's coming, but it's going to be young. So we got to find that trigger guy. And whether we go with our best athlete, which is sometimes what we've done, or we go with a kid that's been quarterback, we'll figure it out. But that guy's got to be the face of the program. He's got to be the guy that's leading us every day. Yep. He's got to be our hardest worker. So whenever we figure out who that guy is through the offseason, that'll be our guy.
And, Coach, looking ahead to the offseason, I know you mentioned kind of what you wanted to work on with defense and offense, but what's going to be kind of the team philosophy heading into this offseason? You mentioned the losses just going against some really, really good teams, but obviously having a great season yourself. It's a good jumping-off point into the next year. So what's going to be the kind of focus heading into that?
Well, I think our main thing is what I said earlier. We've really got to find leadership. I mean, that's got to be who's going to step into those roles. When you lose the groups we've lost the past few years, that's a big deal. Replacing 20 seniors is a big deal. And I want to tell you, the guys we had, the guys like Cohen Cabot, the guys like Josiah, got Collie Smith, they were great leaders. I mean, really, really good leaders. I thought Quincy Haynes grew into that role. That's what we need, someone to grow into it and take over our team. And I don't know who that's going to be, but once we figure that out, I told you the talent's coming again. Ridgewood's going to go on a nice run, whether I'm there or whoever's there, because I'm getting a little bit older.
You're only 49 today, Coach. Come on.
47.
Oh, okay. That's what it is.
Sorry.
It's your 20th anniversary of your 39th birthday.
Yeah. I know. It's probably not that inaccurate. It's probably closer to accurate than you want to believe. It's coming again. We've just got to continue to build. I sound like I'm crying the blues, and I know most people are sitting here thinking the guy went 8-4. What's he? Just for us, somebody said this to me the other day. Well, you guys haven't lost 3 games in like 8 years. I said, no, we haven't. But it's good for the soul. It cleans you, keeps you humble, and
does it re-energize you at all?
A little bit.
Don't take my question.
Oh.
A little bit. A little bit it does.
Yeah.
A little bit it does.
See, the question comes better from him than it does from me.
Well, Coach, congratulations. Another great season for the Generals, and big thanks to all the access you allow Big Z Sports and coming on with us, win or lose, and talking to us before the games and all that stuff. And your coaches are awesome. Your kids are awesome, and thank you.
I appreciate it. You guys do a great job. Love
Thank
having you guys around.
Thank
Wish
you.
you guys would come and do more games.
That's John Slusser lobbying for Big Z Sports to come to Ridgewood more often, but that probably could happen, you know?
Yeah.
But again, John Slusser joins us here for the Ridgewood Generals head coach. Big thanks to him. And we are doing our Battle Motors season-ending wrap-up show here at the Pointe Dining in New Philadelphia. I'll take a break, come back with another coach. You're listening to Big Z Sports right here on Z Country 99.9.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscross Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscross Insurance Agency or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in Sugar Creek, Strasburg, and downtown New Philadelphia, providing excellent service to the Tuscross Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscross Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes and teams good luck this fall.
When struggles seem too tough, when sickness takes a hold, when cancer picks a fight, when baby's on its way, when life throws you a curveball, we've got you. With nearly 130 years in your backyard, Altman knows you and knows your community better than anyone. We're your neighbors, your friends, your family, and we want you to be the healthiest you can be. Altman, we are ready. We've got you.
TMK, service with a personal touch.
Fall is in the air. Winter is coming. Call the propane guys at TMK Valley Propane. We make sure your home is warm and cozy all winter long. Serving your local area, we bring you the best in service. Call today.
All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
This is RJ Jacobs from DAC Vitamins and Minerals. Did you know that DAC Vitamins and Minerals has more than 40 proven equine supplements that include daily multivitamins, joint, digestion, reproduction and fertility, calming, and many other specialty products? DAC also carries a complete line of livestock products called DAC Show Contender. Feed DAC Vitamins and Minerals to get the competitive edge in the show pen. We've been feeding champions since 1983.
Tailgating season is here, so why not do it in style with a new car, truck, or SUV from Parkway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Dover. Choose a winning game plan when you bring your trade and ask about great financing options on any car, truck, or SUV on the lot. Joel and the Parkway CDJR team will help you shop and find the best deal for you. No hassle and no stress. Football season is the perfect time for a great deal, so pick a winner at Parkway Dodge Jeep Ram and Dover today. Your way, the right way. Visit ParkwayChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com and drive forward.
This is Jordan Hartzler. At Hartzler's Quality Housing, our goal is to help customers achieve the dream of home ownership. We have been a family-owned, affordable housing business for over 40 years. We value our customers and have the knowledge and experience to help you walk through the home buying process from start to finish.
Conveniently located just off I-77 in New Philadelphia, stop by and browse their model homes or learn more by visiting Hartzlers.com.
The First National Bank of Denison appreciates the hard work and dedication area athletes exhibit to be the best they can be for their team. We follow that same philosophy with our customers, working hard to build personal relationships and making our services convenient. The First National Bank of Denison's community involvement is important to us, and we love supporting our local schools. The First National Bank of Denison, with offices in Denison, Dover, Jeanette Hutton, South Broadway, and Schunbrunn in New Philadelphia. We have our roots where others have their branches. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, this is Phil with the Ford Parkway Quick Lane Service. When the vehicle that transports your team needs maintenance, you expect it to be done accurately and quickly so you can get back on the road. Don't get sidelined by your vehicle. When it comes to servicing your team's vehicle, let my all-star team at Parkway deliver you the winning combination to keep you on the road and safe for the long haul.
WTUZ.
Welcome back to Pointe Dining. Joe Geckler, Nick McWilliams, Chris Kao, and our Battle Motor season wrap-up show. Yes, it does. You're right over there.
I didn't do anything.
Oh, but what was that noise you made?
He's trying to blame it on you. That was all you.
I didn't do anything.
Listen.
Did I hit the mic or something?
There is always.
I'm out of practice. Come on.
There's always one person here that clears their throat right before they start talking. It's
No,
not me.
It is me.
It's not
Well,
him.
Do you want me to really clear my throat like I do in the studio?
No, please don't.
Okay, all right. There
I
we
would
go.
have to shut the mics off.
Joe Geckler, Nick McWilliams, Chris Kao, as always, having fun here with Big Z Sports and our season wrap-up show thanks to Battle Motors. Don't go to work.
Go to battle.
And that's what this next coach did all season long up at Fairless. A.J. Sarball joins us here. First-time coach, first time on our wrap-up show. And, Coach, thanks so much for taking time out of your day. Like Coach Slusser before you have a birthday in your family today, and I believe it's your daughter's birthday, right?
Yep, Cecilia's 5 today, so going to go home and celebrate it after this.
Awesome. Well, happy birthday, Cecilia, if you're listening. And 5 years old. Is kindergarten or next year?
Next year she'll be kindergarten. Still doing preschool.
Crazy. All right. Listen, from Joe and myself, enjoy it now.
I can't believe she's 5.
Because
it's
before
crazy.
long, she's going to be boyfriends and getting married, moving out of the house. Trust me.
Mine's 13, and I just thought I put him to kindergarten the other day. It's just like, good night.
You guys are just making me happy. I don't have to worry about this right now.
Mine are 24 and 19. Just wait.
So Coach, great season for you guys, and, you finished 9-3. You lose to a tough team in Perry. We saw what Perry did. We saw them against Garaway the week after you fell to them. But a really good team in Perry. But, man, let's talk about your season real quick. And the only season losses, regular season losses you had, CVCA and Canton South, both playoff teams, and both had really good seasons.
Yeah, they did. The Pac-7 was obviously really competitive with that 5-way tie. Really close to going 10-0, which is really, really hard to do. Lost a heartbreaker to CVCA, who's a really good football team. They've got a great running back who's going to Kent State on a full ride for wrestling, been a state champ. And Canton South was really, really good offensively. Got to the third round of the playoffs and lost to them by 1 point. Had a chance to win it at the end and fumbled, unfortunately, on our own 20, and a couple other things didn't go our way. But played some really good teams this year and had some really good wins and some tough losses.
Coach, we talk oftentimes about one player for a team that always seems to be an X factor, and we know just how good your quarterback and Carson Colucci is, but I really got to ask about that three-headed monster. This is the first year we've done Fairless football, and getting to see Luke Yoder, Peter Killey, and Brody Pumnio. I mean, it's like you guys just had an embarrassment of riches sometimes on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, we were really fortunate. And like you said, it starts with Carson Colucci. Carson can put the ball anywhere. He's a coach's kid, 2-year starter. Peter had a outstanding sophomore season for us. We didn't know Hunter Campbell. You guys didn't see him last year, but he was Pac-7 Player of the Year, had over 1,000 yards rushing, and he helped Luke and Brody as juniors get open because people were defending the box. And this year we said, are people going to take away Brody and Luke? Are you going to respect Peter? And Peter did that enough for us where he almost had 1,000 yards, had over 10 touchdowns. And I don't think I can say enough about Brody and Luke. Those guys both placed at state last year in track, hoping to have better years this year. But they both went over 1,000 yards receiving, which before this year, Fairless never had one 1,000-yard receiver in its history. Wow. And they both went over 1,000. And they both had great years. And it starts with the guys up front. We had 5 starters back up front. So we were, like you said, blessed on offense with guys that could make plays and guys that could block and give Carson time.
Coach, looking at 2021, you guys finished 9-2, 4-2 in the pack. Boom. Basically about the same thing happens this year, right? 9-2, 4-2 in the pack. You guys were the 8th seed a year ago, the 6th seed this year. Just talk about, when you go to the playoffs and make it, you make a good regular season run in the pack, a year ago. How do you manage those expectations coming back going, hey, we got all these kids piling back. We've got to either equal that or be better than we were. How do you do that as a coach, especially being a young coach?
I think right now it's just really fun. You guys are covering Garaway and Ridgewood where Coach Slusser and Wallach have been forever and they've won. And like for us, every year we do something that's never happened before. Right. Like 2021, we go 9-1 and 6-1 in the league, and we win the first league title in 42 years. Yep. Fairless had never won a league title. Yep. This year, we go 9-3. We tie the most wins in a season, win a league title again. So Fairless has won 4, and our seniors walk out with 50% of them. That's and they win the first home playoff game. And maybe the crazier stat to me is this was only the second time in school history Fairless has ever had 3 winning seasons in a row. Wow. The last time was 78, 79, 80, and something that I'm proud of is the last 4 years my coaching staff hasn't changed, and in 78, 79, 80, Fairless had 3 different head coaches.
Wow.
So if we have a winning season next year, it'll be the first time ever. Like our seniors could go, Carson Clucci here talking about, it could be one of the only classes ever to have 4 winning seasons in a row. So like you said, like they're going to get in the weight room and we're going to start here soon. And, you know, you want to win the league title. So every year there's just new things out there that Fairless hasn't accomplished. So that's what keeps it fresh and fun right now, where it's challenging, but these kids can do something that the Pumneos and Yoders didn't do.
Sure. So it's not really managing expectations. It's more about, man, let's have fun because we're in uncharted waters and let's enjoy the ride while we can, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's each year it's been a process. Like my first year we were 3-7 figuring things out. My second year we beat Tuslaw and won the Blue Cup, and that was like the greatest thing ever. Like that's the game for us. Fairless had lost 16 in a row to Tuslaw at one point. Then my third year, we lose to Northwest 17-12, and if we beat them, we would have won the league. That was the league championship, and we hosted a home playoff game. And then 2021, we win the league. This year, we win the league again, but our kids were hungry to win in the playoffs. And dropping to D5 was, a little different than being in D4. So each year, I think we've taken a step as a program, and our kids are getting more confident because you have to play in those games to know how to play in those games. So it's been a really fun last 5 years seeing our program grow and where our kids' confidence is.
Coach, you talked about the senior class that has the 3 consecutive winning years. Talk about those seniors for us.
We had 13 seniors. I mean, you name them. Brody Pumneo, who started as a freshman, he's going to Walsh on a track scholarship. Luke Yoder doesn't know if he wants to play football or track yet.
I think he could do either. He's pretty
He could, and that's what we're kind of pushing him, but he's going to do what he loves to do. Tom Fox today was our first 2-time captain ever, and he was named first team Northeast Inland District,
awesome.
4-year starter. Garrett Miller was a 3-year starter at linebacker and guard, kind of your old school football player. Brandon Pumneo's Brody's brother, who was our long snapper for 3 years and never had a bad snap.
Wow.
Started at weak safety. Logan Beresford was a D lineman, wrestler, 3-year starter for us. Jackson Stutz was a 3-year starter for us on the D line. Landon Seal had a great year.
Yes, he did.
Landon Seal is a guy that people probably don't notice, but he was our H-back, fullback, tight end, whatever you want to call that guy, and played linebacker, had some pick sixes, was like second or third in tackles, and a guy that we moved him on offense and defense from last year to fill a spot, and Landon had a great year. Gavin Conley got hurt against Canton South, which really hurt us because he was a third guy on offense that hurt people in the slot and took pressure off Luke. You guys would have seen him against Sandy Valley.
I saw him against Triway. I was there. He was there for.
No,
Triway.
he was hurt. He got hurt before the Triway game.
Okay, I thought he was out there. Okay.
Gavin Wickham was a great kicker for us. Everyone talks about the yellow shoes.
Oh yeah, I talked about him many times on the broadcast.
Ethan Lotzenheiser came out, and we didn't know who our punter was going to be. And, I mean, when we scrimmaged at Indian Valley, we punted 4 kids, and it was like, who's it going to be? And then Ethan kind of took over against Waynedale, and Ethan had a great year punting. I think that's 10. Shoot. I said Jackson Stutz and Landon Seal. I told someone the other day, 13 seniors is great, but I always forget someone, and then I feel terrible. Joe Sparn had over 10 sacks at defensive end and played both ways for us. Dom Emer is like 5'6".
Yeah.
And Dom, in all the years I've been around high school, and this was my dad's 38th year, he said, and I've never seen a kid get more out of his body. Like, I don't know if you guys saw Dom, but Dom's so small, but he knew every position on the offensive line, busted his butt, ended up being over a 300-pound bencher in high school, like never missed a day in the weight room, like perfect technique, ended up being a 3-year starter for us. So that's a guy that I'm really going to miss, his leadership and everything he brought to the table, not just as a player, but this is a kid that what high school football is all about. Like, you don't have to be the biggest or the strongest or the fastest. It's how bad do you want to play.
Sure.
And so Dom Emer had an outstanding career for us. So we miss a lot of guys, no question.
Sure.
Now, when you look at all the things you mentioned with the most wins, when we talk about the titles for your conference, do you see kind of that culture really coming to life now for the Fairless football program? I mean, seeing maybe more kids now wanting to be even more involved with it, maybe even just a little bit more of a dedication, all these extra kids showing up to lift weights even earlier, maybe stuff along those lines?
Yeah, I'll start with the weight room. Like, it's funny you asked that. We do a father-son dinner every year. Coach Hertler did it. At Garaway took it to Hoover, and I said if I ever got a head job, I was going to do it. So we have a speaker come in, and my first year it was Larry Karras, and he said when You guys go to the weight room, you got to bring a penny every day. Like, we're going to add up how many pennies we had at the end of the year. And going into 2019, we averaged like 19 kids in the weight room a day. Now, we lift at 6 a.m. We don't have a lifting class. Like, I've got 14 kids playing basketball tonight in the opener. So, like, we've got kids that do track and baseball. Like, we want our kids to do other sports. Going into 2020 before COVID, we were like 25 average. And then 2021, we were about 31. And then our banquet's coming up. We averaged at 6 a.m. 37 kids in the weight room last year. That's awesome. So, like, you can see in terms of the weight room how, and that shows up on the field. And then you guys were at Fairless for the first time this year, but our home crowd the past 2 or 3 years, it's packed. There's not an open seat. The hill's filled. It's been, to see the home field advantage we've had has been, like, when we lost to Canton South, our kids didn't know what to do. It was the first regular season home game we'd lost since 2019, and people are looking around like there's no ring of fire.
Right?
What do we do?
So
like, people
that,
were in shock. Like, they didn't know how to react, which is a good thing.
Speaking of that, you almost killed our sports director. You almost got him run over.
He got in the ring of fire.
Adam was almost got run over trying to get out of the road.
Don't let him fool you.
Joe was doing stuff down there with the ring of fire. It was crazy. We almost got people killed out there.
Listen,
I think I was the first media member ever to do it. Yeah.
Which is hilarious because Kenny Rhoda at WHBC is so mad because they were there for Canton South, and it was a game we probably should have won and we didn't. So then they came back for the playoff game and he got in there for Orville, but I was like, you're not the first media guy, Kenny. Like, he was so mad about that. So that's one little thing I can joke with him about.
I didn't think I was going to be able to get down there in time because the crowd was so big that night against Triway. I'm like, man, I got to go now. Like, I'm not going to. I'm like fighting my way through, and I'm like, excuse me, I got to get to the, and it was just the crowd was crazy.
Adam said when he was doing sidelines and stuff, taking pictures, he's like, I knew I wasn't supposed to be down there, and then all of a sudden he was like, people started almost running me over.
He said he had the realization a little too late.
You have to have an exit plan. That's what I told him. Like, because now, and it's awesome. Like, it started, the Ring of Fire started in 2019, but in 2021, because 20 was COVID, so we didn't have a student section. We didn't
have a Ring of Fire then?
We did, but it was players only.
Right.
So in 2021, we always have a pep rally for the first home game, and the captains were like, hey, can we invite the student section? So at school, we invite the student section, the band, cheerleaders, and now it's like the elementary kids come. We've got grandparents, and they're like, everyone's like, I want to get involved. So it's like, you got to have an exit plan to get out. My wife yelled at me. Our first win against Husky Valley, I brought my Connor's going to be 10 months Saturday, so he was like 6 months. So I've got Connor in the ring.
And you lead it. You're like,
So he's like in the ring, and my wife comes in and takes him. I was not. Nice. It was not good for me that night.
And I want to tell you, too, before we let you go, enjoy things like this because you see the people in this room, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of coaches in this room that have been around a long time, a lot of masterminds, and not very often do you see a lot of coaches get in the same room and sit down and just break bread together.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's one of the things that we enjoy the most is just literally sitting back and just watching guys talk and that aren't in the same leagues and aren't maybe some are rivals and whatever. It's so cool to see that. We just sit back and kind of smile, but enjoy that because it doesn't happen.
I told Joe at the beginning of the year when you guys did the Sandy Valley game and said you're going to cover us. I'm like, I've been watching WTUZ the past few years because you guys do the two-a-days and to see what coaches are saying and preview. I'm like, but it's so cool because we do the same thing in Stark County, like you said with the preview. But to get to talk to those coaches and then come down here and talk to these coaches, like, we have so many good coaches in those two counties and so many good programs and getting to meet people and share ideas and just talk. It's like I feel blessed right now because I've got my Stark County connection and now like I already knew Coach Slusser and Coach Wallach and Gardner and Gamble and we play Coach Henry and Claymont. So like getting to even spread out in Tuscarawas County and it's good football both places. Like it's really cool that we're on the border getting to be a part of both because they're both first-class counties, first-class events.
So I'm going to put you on a spot, Coach, and you don't have to answer this, but better football, north or south?
Well, what do you like?
Like Stark County or down here, which is better all around?
Well,
football?
I don't even know if you can compare it because, like, you've got the federal, like you've got bigger,
like your level. Like, I'm not talking. Like, I'm not talking the big boys. I'm talking like Division 5, Division 4, the guys you play down here. Like, obviously you play Triway and you play the teams up there, but the teams that you play down here, how's the competition?
I think the thing with T County from what we scrimmage Indian Valley. And I've, when I was an assistant at Fairless, I told Matt Lancaster, if I ever get a job, I want to scrimmage or play you because your kids are physical. So I think that's the thing that I've seen on film is whether it's Garaway, Indian Valley, or Ridgewood, they're really, really physical down here. And if you're not physical, you're not going to win. So I think that's the toughest challenge when you play those teams. You better bring it in the box and be physical or you don't have a chance. I think that's the biggest difference. We have physical teams in Stark County, absolutely. But I think that's where being an outsider, I guess, being a Stark County, I think that's where T County's almost raised their level, per se, to the playoffs where you've seen these runs by Indian Valley, Ridgewood, Dover, et cetera, getting deep into the playoffs.
And, Coach, we were kidding at the end of the season. We said Carson Colucci next year on defense, he's going to look around and be like, who are you and who are you? You weren't out here with me. He's losing 10 of his buddies, you know?
Yeah. Now, I was telling Coach Johnson, I think, from Philly, it's not as bad as people think, because we did a really good job of playing an Allen Harrison, an Andy Gill, a Cam Carl. Carson's maybe the only guy that was a starter, but we've got 3 or 4 other guys that would spill Brody and would spill Carson. So, on paper we got one starter back, but we've got a lot of other guys that played a lot of minutes and plays too.
Schedule, what does it look like next year for you?
It's not going to change, so we'll play Sandy Valley at home on that Thursday night. Me and Brian, we actually set that up. Coach Gardner was actually responsible for that 7 years ago, and then he left, and me and Brian love it. So the first time we played that was 17. Good. And it's just great for Stark County, and now you guys, we love kicking off. We're these 2 small schools. Big Time Sports is there, usually 2 or 3 radio stations. It's awesome. We'll be at Tusky Valley. We'll be at Claymont, and then the Pac-7 rotates every 2 years. So we'll actually be at Triway week 4. And then Northwest home week 5, at Orville week 6, CVCA home week 7. And then we go to South week 8, and we'll have Manchester and Tuslaw at home week 9 and 10.
Awesome. Nice. Well, have a great off season. Thanks so much for taking time out of your daughter's birthday, coming down. You get to eat good, and we appreciate your time and the access you allowed Big Z Sports this year.
Thanks for having me, and thanks for following Fairless. I think I told you all the Fairless people were ecstatic. I can't tell you how many people were like, we just listened to the radio show on Fridays.
I'm already getting basketball scores,
coaches,
and it's great.
They love it.
He's a girls' assistant.
I am. Yep, the girls' basketball coach is my receivers coach. So, like I said, the Fairless people were ecstatic, and like I said, you guys do such a great job with your coverage. We were pumped. So
thank you.
It was a win-win for everybody.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Happy
Thank
holidays,
you.
Thank you. Same to you guys. Thanks for having us
That's
here.
Coach A.J. Sarbaugh from Fairless joining us here on our season wrap-up show at Pointe Dining. Joe Geckler, Nick McWilliams, Chris Kale back after this with Big Z Sports.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
Planning your next vacation or home improvement project and worried about managing expenses? CSB can help with that. Setting a goal is the first step to achieving your vision, and CSB's Money Manager tool helps you get started. Whether you are recovering from Christmas spending or preparing to send kids to college, the Personal Financial Management tool helps you set goals, track your spending, and monitor your progress. Money Manager is available within CSB's online banking. Check it out today. The Commercial and Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Dr. Nathan Springer is in the business of making smiles, specializing in braces and Invisalign for children and adults. Dr. Springer provides smiles that can be recognized anywhere. Just look at the winning smile on some of the players. Compliments of Dr. Nathan Springer Orthodontics. Hey, that smile of pride on the face of mom and dad might be from Dr. Springer too. Dr. Nathan Springer Orthodontics, in the business of making smiles, at 107 Ray Avenue Northeast in New Philadelphia.
Dino Pergolini & Sons Equipment Incorporated is your one-stop shop for all your equipment needs. Offering the option to buy, rent, sell, or trade equipment is what separates Dino Rents from everyone else. With pickup and delivery or even field service available in their service department, Dino Rents can handle repairs needed for any make or model. Dino Pergolini & Sons Equipment is located just past Midvale Speedway and can be found on Facebook or contacted at 330-364-8055. Also offering a location in Caddis to better serve you.
Is your vehicle banged up? Do you want fast, professional service to get you back on the road? This is Garrett Jacobs with AutoWorks Collision Center. We service cars, trucks, SUVs, and even semi-trucks and RVs. Whether you need auto glass replacement, paintless dent repair, assistance with warranty and insurance, or just a free estimate, AutoWorks has you covered. We even offer alignments for your heavy-duty vehicles like buses, motorhomes, and semis with our state-of-the-art Hunter alignment system. Call 330-878-4223. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Let AutoWorks of Stroudsburg work for you.
Located in the rolling hills of Holmes County, Keim Home Center is the destination and trusted source for your home, building, and woodworking needs. And we are now offering appliances. At Keim, you'll find major kitchen and laundry appliance brands such as General Electric, Whirlpool, Speed Queen, and much more. Our sales and service teams can help with product selection, delivery, installation, ongoing maintenance, and repair. Give us a call or stop by today. Keim, built on trust since 1911.
Is there anything better than high school sports? Hi, this is Dan Hosteller of Ferris Chevrolet Buick Toyota. High school sports brings out the best of our high schools and our communities, and the people at Ferris have always been behind the importance of athletics and academics. Just like we believe in the great cars and trucks that we sell and service every day. Like high school sports, we are a great tradition in the area. Ferris on the Wabash, New Philadelphia.
Travis McClellan, Chris Cale here for our Battle Motors season wrap-up show. Big thanks to all the coaches so far that's joined us, John Slusser and A.J. Sarbaugh. We're going to welcome in our next coach and talk with Casey Cummings from TCC. Coach, first of all, thanks for taking time out of your busy night. I know Coach has lots of things going on right now, but season didn't go probably as you wanted, but talk to us about your season in a nutshell.
Yeah, we come out of the gate a little bit, a couple scrimmages in. We look pretty decent, a couple wins early on, but then it all kind of fell apart on us. I mean, we didn't have the numbers, we didn't have the depth, we had no wiggle room, to lose a player or anything like that, and we did, and we lost a few players during the stretch, and we had no place really to go with it,
Well, Coach, I talked to you a little bit, off camera about how impressive it is for you and your staff to do what you do, because you always make the most out of what you got. It's hard to plug and play kids, but you have kids that are over there, they're willing to buy in and play wherever you put them. You could put a 300-pound offensive lineman, tell him to go play wide receiver, and he'll do it for Coach Casey Cummings.
We run that, Utah. That's what we call it. We put them both out there.
But listen, you know what I mean? In all honesty, you guys, you and your staff as a whole, just do a great job over there doing what you can do. I do want to focus on a couple guys, though. Thane had a great season for you guys, and also Gavin Douglas, who was one of our finalists, is on that finalist list for Big Z Sports Defensive Player of the Year. Two tremendous kids that had really, really good seasons. Just to spotlight a couple.
Yeah, we got Gavin coming back. He had 103 tackles, and a couple interceptions. He's all over the field. Next year he'll probably be our showcase runner. He's a hard inside run guy, but very, very good player. Just here's a guy that writes notes to himself all week. He's on film all week long. I mean, I've had guys that that dabbled into that, but nobody like him. I mean, he lives and dies for this game, and he's really good at it. So Thane had a great career, a 4-year career, man. He started as a freshman. He came in from Claymont and he was really good, and you run the ball. We ended up going to him at the quarterback. I said for 2 or 3 years, I said, Thane, if you could throw it, you would be the perfect guy to run this quarterback because he understands it. He understands the line play, understands the breaks.
He's
everything.
played everywhere, right?
Right. So, he was our best runner, and then we moved him in the last couple games, and he played well. He played as well as he could. He kept us in, in a couple games there. Malvern game, we were in it, and Strasburg game, we were in it, and then, but that's kind of it. We just couldn't score, really couldn't score.
Coach, we talked out in the hallway about that kind of program, and I didn't get to see you play live this year, but how the things you've done and the toughness and what you teach the kids outside of football. I've always been impressed with your program. I got to come up and see you a couple times last year. Kind of talk about the community there that you have at TCC and the help, and we talked about some of your coaching staff there.
Yeah, we got some good coaches. You played with a couple of them,
yes, sir.
Coach Reniker and Coach Mahaffey, and then we also had Coach Sikansky, who played NFL Europe. A tough guy. And Scotty Cottrell from down south, in the T County area down around Denison, the south side. I mean, we had a good group. Now we get a lot of guys in from all over. You know what I'm saying? And some of them have a little bit of baggage or whatever. But our whole thing is, can we get them out of here? Somewhat of a better person, or at least being able to see a different way, a different angle of dealing with things. So. We do the best we can with it. From a football standpoint, kids are usually pretty tough. When they get there, so they've usually had pretty decent, pee-wee systems that they played in and stuff like this. But and then our homegrown guys, they're our grunts. They're also, we do what we can. We dress 17, 18 guys most of the time. Sometimes we'll start a season with 21, and But there's no excuses, man. We get after it. I said on another show, man, we ain't running and hiding from anybody. We're coming after you. And when we have teams that can score, we are freaking dangerous. We're a dangerous team. When we can't score, it not so much.
And Coach Wright, we've talked about this, and we've known you for 7, 8, 9 years now, and you don't want the spotlight. You don't, you
No,
guys
I had my day. My day is, it's over, man.
You guys are the most blue-collar team. When me and Shannon were over there at two-a-days this year, I said, there is no team right now that is hitting like TCC was. You guys were at work and working hard right from the rip when other guys maybe weren't doing that. Just kudos to you and your staff. I can't say it enough because, honest to goodness, you talk about making boys into men, and that's what you guys do over there. You guys do a great job of turning these kids into productive members of society moving forward, and isn't that really what this is all about?
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things.
Still like to get some wins.
Well, yes, you do, Coach. But in the grand scheme of things,
look, everyone knows we had a tremendous quarterback that come from Louisville, and the Cherry kid, and
he played quarterback for you, Coach.
Oh yeah, he was on pace to throw for like 2,400, and then and run for 1,000 after 4 games, and. When we lost him, we knew our situation was, but we have no backup. We have no JV team, no one getting reps, so we knew we were kind of in on it. There's times in the past that we've had quarterbacks go down with injuries, but we've had guys to step in.
Plug in, right?
And this wasn't one of those times. But, I have nothing negative at all to say about Jordan. Jordan was he was a class kid. You know what I'm saying? He never gave me any grief of any sort. He's just a quiet, low-key guy. And obviously, we missed him. We missed him down the stretch, or we felt like we'd have been at home first week of the playoffs. I mean, that's what we felt, And but that's the way she goes, And we had. We had a deep threat with Sikansky, which we kind of lose that. Now you can't throw the balls nearly as well when you lose him. So, our receiver, we had a great receiving core. Jace McCollins come up from Claymont, another 6'2 sophomore. We had some guys, Kenton Reniker, Lucas Devermuth. So we felt really good, and you had Mahaffey in the backfield. But the whole thing with our offense is my quarterback's going to throw it 35 to 40 times, and then he's going to run it 20. He can check out anything. He could hit the check down anytime he wants. He could run anytime he wants. That's part of the offense. I don't give him any grief if he makes the wrong decision, because you got to learn and live. And he just keeps getting, the guy keeps getting better and better. But when you lost that, man, it was a tough pill to swallow.
Look at the schedule next year. We'll wrap up with that question. Schedule, how's it look for TCC next year?
We're moving. Connaughton Valley back in week 1,
awesome.
and then Fisher Catholics going to week 2, Louisville, I believe, is 3, Wyndham's 4, and then the Ridgewood Generals is 5.
Oh, that's your crossover game.
Yeah,
okay.
then we get into our stuff. So
awesome.
Well, Coach, thanks so much taking time out, joining us, win or lose, when you talk to Big Z Sports, and we appreciate the access, and we'll try to keep Chris on a short leash during our 2 days next year. Just remember, Chris, Jordan's not there next year.
Listen, Coach, it is always good to take a chewing every once in a while. I look. Hey, my dad has to do it sometimes, and sometimes I got to get it from coaches too. It's all good.
But we were obviously sweating bullets all summer because we thought he was leaving, and then that's all I did. Remember you said where's he at? Where's he at? I just kind of pointed.
I know.
He's right there.
Well, you said that, but you maybe were a little bit more animated in doing that.
It was prophetic.
It was
prophetic, all right.
It was so bad that you made Shannon turn around and go the other way.
Well, Coach, again, thanks so much, and we love having fun with you, and we look forward to seeing you next fall, and have a good off season.
Thank you very much. You guys run that stuff on Friday nights. I play some Saturday games. I'm tuned in all the time. Instead of going to a game on playoffs, I got you guys on, and you guys do a great job.
Appreciate that.
Merry Christmas, Coach.
Yep, Merry Christmas. Yep, that's Coach Casey Cummings joining us here on our Battle Motors Extra Point season wrap-up show live from the Point with Joe Geckler, Travis McClellan, and Chris Cale. Take a break. Come back after this. You're listening to Big Z Sports right here on Z Country 99.9.
At Kaufman Realty and Auctions, you've got options. Your property is unique, and our agents know how to sell it. Whether it's a traditional listing or live auction, we'll earn you top dollar. Our agents will utilize whichever method of sale works best. When buying or selling your next home, call on Kaufman.
The certified public accountants at Moore Niedenthal Incorporated believe in the value of relationships. Moore Niedenthal has been in business for over 40 years in your community, helping individuals and businesses grow. Moore Niedenthal can help manage and prepare your payroll, plan your estate, and prepare your business and personal income taxes. Stop in to the new Moore Niedenthal facility on North Worcester Avenue in Dover and become a valued client today.
Fall brings cool evenings, football games, and weekend camping. Muskingum Watershed Conservancy District has the perfect way to recharge after a long week at work. A place to sit around a campfire making s'mores and relax as you watch the snapping and flickering flames dancing under the moonlight. Choose a campsite at Atwood or Tappan Lake Park for your fall weekend getaways. Camping is the perfect way to spend an evening under the stars with family and friends. Reserve your campsite now at mwcd.org.
PAC Drilling, a family-owned and operated company since 2005 in Bolivar, takes pride in being an economic oil and gas drilling company. PAC's objective is to contribute to American energy independence through profitable development, operation, and marketing of oil and natural gas wells. PAC also employs operating technicians to oversee each and every well drilled to maximize its productivity and longevity. Contact PAC Drilling at pacdrilling.com.
This is Carly Mills. At First Federal Community Bank, our mission is to empower the financial well-being of our community one person at a time. Through integrity and quality, we earn the trust of our customers and exceed their expectations. First Federal Community Bank, investing in our community since 1898. Serving your banking needs in Dover, New Philadelphia, Yorksville, Sugar Creek, Berlin, and Mount Hope. First Federal Community Bank, member FDIC.
How does a new career in an extremely high-demand field sound to you? Well, the former Crane Carrier Company in New Philadelphia is now Battle Motors. Battle Motors is expanding rapidly for their all-new heavy-duty electric truck production. Battle Motors has immediate openings for assemblers, electrical technicians, painters, blasters, as well as numerous engineering and design positions. If you're interested in a great career opportunity, apply online at battlemotors.com/careers.
Hi, this is Jan McInturf. For the past 30 years, the residents in and around Tuscarawas County have made the call to the realtors and staff at McInturf Realty for buying and selling of residential and commercial properties. We truly live in a great community, and in all of these communities, there is nothing better than high school football. For myself and all the agents and staff at Mac and Turf Realty, we would like to wish all the area athletes good luck this season. And make the call to Mac and Turf Realty at 330-364-SOLD.
Based on a foundation of trust and integrity, Jeff Wallach LLC is a family-owned and operated company proudly serving the greater Northeast Ohio and surrounding communities with experience in residential and commercial projects. The pursuit of quality workmanship and commitment to superior customer service has positioned Jeff Wallach LLC as a respected installer of seamless siding, spouting, and replacement windows and doors for more than 25 years. Turn your vision into a reality by visiting jeffwallachllc.com.
WTUZ, Uricksville, New Philadelphia.
Welcome back to the Battle Motors season wrap-up show. Joe Geckler, Travis McClellan, Chris Cale joins us here at the Pointe Dining in New Philadelphia, and we're going to jump into our next coach already and welcome in another new coach to the program. We jumped on their wagon this year, the Malvern Hornets, and Matt Churko. Coach, thanks so much for taking time out of your busy night. I know the wife's at home right now with 3 little ones running around, and we appreciate you coming and joining us.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
The Malvern Hornets this season, you had a good year, 8-3, 4-1 in the IVC. In the game you lost in the IVC, you weren't there for it. Tell us why.
Well,
you were there. I take that back. You were there for until about 8 minutes to go till the game kicked off.
I was about 6:10.
Yeah.
I think when she called.
You did the interview too.
He did. Yeah, we did the interview.
And said, "Hey, we got to go," and I said, "Okay."
and then you told Mets, like,
"Hey,
it's yours for
I
the
said,
day."
You're the guy. But I mean, there was a couple times where, like against Strasburg, after the first quarter, I let him call the plays for the rest of the game, and there was times during practices throughout the weeks where I said, "Hey, it's on you now." So I mean, we kind of prepared for it just in case. I didn't think it actually happened, but it did. So,
funny how things work out like that, huh?
Yeah, it's
Coach, we talked in the pregame. How nice was it to have a coach on your staff that had been there as a head coach before, that in case of an emergency, break glass in case of emergency, you had somebody with some experience?
Oh, it was huge, and it kind of made me a little bit more comfortable if something would happen. But yeah, I mean, it was nice having Curtis around, and obviously going to keep him around here for the foreseeable future. And he gives a lot of different points and say, "Hey, this is things that we did. Why don't you take a look at?" And so, I mean, it's beneficial for sure.
We know Curtis is listening.
I know he is.
He loves listening to our show, and we appreciate Curtis.
I'm glad he's not here because I wouldn't be able to talk right now.
Yeah, he doesn't like to talk to Chris. So, but I know you guys have fun in the locker room, and so who gets credit for that loss? Is that him or you?
That's me.
Oh, but you didn't coach.
I realize that, but
I think it's on us because we put the kibosh on them. We did 2 of their games. They were 0-2.
No,
he's not going to want us back next time.
That's still all on me.
Well, yeah, and then you guys did the kiboshes in the game, and then I screwed up the extra or the coaches show over at the fairgrounds.
Yeah,
it was we made a mockery of you guys this year. I'm sure you guys are going to want to move on from Big Z Sports, aren't you?
No, it was a long year, a good long year, but it was a long year. Put it that way.
Coach, I got to ask you. Your quarterback Jared Witherow. I think he's an exceptional talent. I think he's going to be, his junior and senior years, I think he's going to set the world on fire. Once he learns a little bit more of progressions, right?
Yes.
Learns a little bit more reading defenses. And, I'm sure he's going to miss KJ, but bringing back Dylan Phillips, having Hutch back there in the backfield, Rodney Smith was huge, especially the second half of the season. Just talk about the maturation process of Jared Witherow and what steps you want to see him take from a sophomore to his junior year.
I think, as a quarterback, we always, and I kind of had this talk with him the other day at school, that, and me, myself, we kind of hold our quarterbacks at Malvern to a much, much higher standard. And that's our behavior on the field and off the field. Definitely want to see him be more of a vocal leader, rally the guys and whatnot. I know he's kind of worried about interceptions and stuff. I said, as a sophomore, you're going to throw interceptions. You're going to throw interceptions as juniors, or junior and senior year. But we want to cut down on those, of course. But that will come with time.
Right.
We just want to see you get more mature and hold yourself to a higher standard as well going forward, and be that face of Malvern football.
Absolutely. I feel like I put the kibosh on him too, because I said, man, over at the fairgrounds, I said, dude, you haven't hardly thrown any interceptions. And all of a sudden, the second half of the year, he lights it up. I'm like, dude, we're killing Malvern this year. But no, I had a lot of fun with him. Just talking to him over at the fairgrounds. What a good young man. What a good head on his shoulders. And I think he's going to be a great leader for your program the next 2 years.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, he's a 4.0 student, so he's a smart kid. As you get older, as like the season that he had, the good year that he had, people are going to start noticing him, and that's both on the field and off the field. And so you want to make sure you're doing the right thing and you're holding yourself to the right standards.
Coach, I'm going to cut in line here, but I've been dying to ask you about this, the playoff game.
Yeah.
The trip down to 4 hours away.
You went to like 6 states away.
You had to stop in Columbus.
Yeah.
So talk about that and what a football game it was.
I know a lot of people are gonna, some people will complain, oh, you had to drive 4. I don't care. I would have drove 8 hours.
Yeah.
To play in a playoff football game and the chance that we thought we could win for sure, it don't matter to me. But yeah, I mean, obviously the drive was a little less than ideal.
Out of the routine.
Yeah, I mean, so we got. We left around 9:30 Friday morning, and we stopped at Thomas Worthington High School in Columbus and had a walkthrough, and then we were there for about 45 minutes, and then went and ate, and then 2 hours later, we get down to Dawson Bryan around 4:30, and I thought, you look at the game and we give up 67 points, and you're like, oh. But I mean, when you turn the ball over 7 times, and it was a game where we were in control. We felt for the most of 2.5 quarters. It was a 2-touchdown lead, and we give them to go 3 and out, and they punt and we muff it, and that it seemed like that was it.
Yeah.
Because the only team that was stopping us was us, and. It was just it was a kind of a disappointing way to end the season, because we felt like we were the better team, even though we got beat by 24.
Coach, you outgained them by over 100. 555 yards to 420.
But I mean, it just.
So I agree with your.
You give them
short.
You give them 25 yards with the tailback that they had, which they had a tailback that was unbelievable. I mean, as far as just size and speed and power, it's the best I've seen in a long time. There's a reason why he's getting Division I looks, but when you give him short fields, it makes it easy.
Absolutely. Coach, talk about your senior class. I mean, KJ is going to be one that I know that you're going to miss. There's others as well, but, you look at this group of seniors, what does it mean to your program, and what have they meant to your program the last 3-4 years?
Well, when you only have 2 seniors, you had KJ and you have Frank McClellan.
Big Frank.
I mean, they really did a good job for us. And
I didn't realize that was the only 2 you had.
Yeah, and actually KJ had transferred from Minerva his junior year.
Okay.
So really, if he wouldn't have came, we would have had
one senior.
I didn't realize that. I thought you had a.
It's a small class. It's a very small class as it is. And back when they were in junior high as 8th grade, I think they might have won 2 games.
Wow.
And so that's a lot of times people look at junior high. Oh, they're gonna be great. A lot of things can happen between then.
Sure.
You get different classes to
grow.
mash
Look at how
and stuff
big
like
Frank
that.
is now.
Puberty peak goes away.
I mean, KJ, I said at the banquet, I said his junior year, he only got to play the first 5 games, and he played sparingly. I mean, he started on defense from time, started on offense, but I said he had 2 catches for 14 yards, and on defense, I think he had 8 tackles. And I said, this year he had over 700 yards receiving.
Yeah,
wow. He had 4 special teams touchdowns.
I was going to say
he was punched 2 kickoffs.
He had around 40 tackles. I mean, it's just another. It's an example of kids just stepping up and ready to take that next
He's on our list for Special Teams Player of the Year. Was KJ an incredible athlete?
Coach, talk to us about the schedule for next season. How's it shape up for you?
Well, I would say last year after the 2021 season, we kind of looked at things and we really wanted to beef up our schedule, our non-league schedule, because we want to be. We're getting to the point now where you're always happy to make the playoffs.
Sure.
And we've been there now, 4 years in a row, but now it's time to start winning. And with the way you get 12 or 16 teams in, you can afford. If something happens early on, you go, oh, so be it. But if it makes you a better team come week 11, 12, 13,
Right.
I'm all for it.
Right.
And so, we'll add Berlin Center. They're going to replace East Palestine. And Berlin Center was kind of a young team, kind of like us. They went 3-7, but I think they had 4 or 5 losses by 3 points or less.
Oh, wow.
So they're they're going to be a decent team. That would be a good week 1 opener for us. We'll keep Connaughton on there for week 2. And then Harrison Central is going to be a week 3 game.
Oh, wow.
Which we think is going to be a good game. It might be a little bit bigger, but that's okay. Back before Harrison Central was Harrison Central, you had Jewett-Sile and you had Lakeland, and you had Caddis, and so a lot of those teams, they were part of the IVC, and so it's kind of a renewing something, 20 years down the road, but that should be a real nice game for us, and then we'll keep Tusky Valley, and then Sandy Valley comes back on next year as our crossover, which we're excited about. Big rivalry games, stuff like that.
Yep.
And then our conference schedule stays the same, so next year we don't have the bullseye on our back, so we'll be
somebody else does,
we're
right?
We'll be hunting next year.
That's right.
Well, Coach, thanks so much for welcoming in Big Z Sports to your program, and thanks for allowing us to come watch you guys, cover you guys, and joining us here, and we appreciate all the access you give us.
Yeah, thanks, guys. You do a great job, and like I said, can't wait to get going here next year.
We'll try and bring you better luck next
year.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
That's Coach Matt Turco joining us here on our Battle Motors season wrap-up show live from the Pointe Dining. Going to take a break, come back, and have another coach right after this. You're listening to Big Z Sports right here on Z Country 99.9.
With the colder fall weather here, that means deer are running all over roadways. If you have the misfortune of hitting a deer, the place to go is Gillen Body Shop in New Philadelphia. Gillen Body Shop and their 90-plus years of experience can get your vehicle back to you quickly and efficiently, and all repairs include a 100% lifetime guarantee. For any and all auto body work repairs to be done right the first time, get to Gillen Body Shop in New Philadelphia. Learn more about Gillen Body Shop when you find them on Facebook.
The Lehigh Inslee Insurance Agency is proud to be a part of this high school sports broadcast. We support the student athletes on the team and the students in all extracurricular activities. Hi, I'm Todd Inslee. In fact, your good student may qualify for discounted auto insurance rates from companies like Encova Insurance. Encova Insurance can provide you with homeowners insurance and life insurance too. Insure both of us and save even more. For a no-obligation quote, call the Lehigh Inslee Insurance Agency with locations in New Philadelphia and Eurexville.
Busy schedule? Check out Benson's Heat and Eat section with a variety of entrees and sides for you to choose from. And don't forget, Monday through Friday from 4 to 6, Benson's culinary team prepares hot made-from-scratch dinners, complete with garden salad and bread and butter. Just call ahead to order. For daily and weekly specials, visit bensonsmc.com. Follow them on Facebook or stop into the market. Benson's Market and Catering, 207 North Worcester Avenue in Dover.
The Tuscarawas County dairy farmers want you to know that low-fat chocolate milk is a great choice for student athletes and hard workers. It provides the nutrition needed after practices, games, or a hard day at work, and it tastes great. Low-fat chocolate milk is packed with carbohydrates for energy, proteins to repair muscles, fluids to rehydrate, plus vitamins and minerals to help build strong bones and bodies. It's the official beverage of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Tuscarawas County Dairy Farmers. Farms, family, food.
All of the talks we've had over the years, including what you told me about not using alcohol and other drugs, they stick with me. And believe it or not, they really do make a difference, especially at times that matter most.
Hey, want a drink?
No thanks, I'm good. So thank you, Mom and Dad, for talking with me and preparing me for what's ahead.
Thank you for talking.
For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, and to learn more about the SAMHSA Talk to Hear You campaign, visit empowertusk.com.
The Alcohol, Drug Addiction, and Mental Health Services Board of Tuscarawas and Carroll Counties is an agency established for the purpose of planning, funding, monitoring, and evaluating contracted mental health, alcohol, and drug treatment services. Services across 4 local agencies are available for county residents regardless of ability to pay. Mental health and physical health are connected, and taking care of both is a requirement for your well-being. Go to adamhtc.org for more information. Adams Board, supporting your journey to wellness.
Jackie P. Photography understands there are many life moments that occur, and having pictures of those events is very important and shouldn't break the bank to have them. Jackie P. offers quality professional photography at an affordable price and offers services for weddings, engagements, family, senior pictures, plus any other special time in your life. To see just what Jackie P. can offer, find her on Facebook and follow on Instagram. To capture those special moments at an affordable price, visit JackiePphotography.com.
Pizza Parlor 5 in Sugar Creek satisfies the hunger you have inside. Try their parlor sub. It's made to order with ham, pepperoni, lettuce, onions, tomatoes, banana peppers with a special blend of provolone cheese and Pizza Parlor's homemade Italian dressing on a fresh bun baked to perfection. Try their ATM pizza that has all the meats: pepperoni, sausage, ham, and bacon. Pizza Parlor 5 Sugar Creek, 330-852-4888.
Welcome back to the Big Z Sports Extra Point Battle Motors season wrap-up show. Joe Geckler, Chris Kale, and our new co-host, Coach Zach Gardner, joining us here as we welcome in Coach from West Holmes, and also welcome in Elijah Baldridge, a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year for us here at Big Z Sports. And first of all, Coach, thanks so much for coming out, man. I know you love this show. You love coming here and mingling with all your favorite coaches like Slusser and Gamble and Wallach. Wallach hasn't shown up yet, so I don't know where he's at, but you're having a lot of fun here tonight.
Yeah, it's a special night. Definitely get to mingle with all the coaches. Extra special knowing it's Coach John Slusser's birthday tonight.
It is.
And
Yep.
as a special birthday gift, Elijah Baldridge has decided he'll wrestle Coach Slusser out in the parking lot.
Dude.
And he said you can take these cameras out there and broadcast it live.
Oh, yeah, we'll do that, yeah. And go ahead.
No, I was going to tell you to fix his microphone.
Oh.
He's got to learn how to fix his microphone if he's going to be a co-host of the show.
He's going to be in the booth with me someday, so he's got to fix his mic. But, Coach, talk about your season. Obviously, the expectations were to get back where you were last year and maybe go a step further. You fell a little bit short of that, but great season. The most prolific offense in the state of Ohio, not for Division IV, but for all of Ohio. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, our kids, obviously, we've built the program to a point where we have very, very high expectations, and that's how we want it, you know what I mean? And our kids did a great job this year of buying into the weight room and doing everything they needed to do. And, obviously not happy with how our season ended. We thought, obviously felt like it ended prematurely, but, proud of our kids and their resolve. I mean, being a couple weeks removed from that game, you can kind of take a step back and look at, we fell in a 21-0 hole,
right,
and we took the lead in that game with 5 minutes left. That says a lot about, the toughness of our kids and the grit that they showed that we put ourselves in that position. So, obviously proud of these kids, because when it all comes down to it, it's about teaching life lessons. And I think our young men, we've turned out some very, very productive members of society in our program, and then ultimately that's what it's about.
Well, Coach, before we talk about your defensive side of things, and Elijah, I want to talk about the offensive side of things. Mason Wolf, what an incredible season! What an incredible run of quarterbacks that you've been blessed with in West Holmes' program. When you look at SWD and what he does at the running back position, and by the way, I am so. I don't want to say this without being. I just want to say I am so happy and proud of what you and your coaching staff did with SWD.
Yeah.
Because most coaches could have said, you know what, we're going to throw this horse out there. We're going to let him go. We're going to let him pile up 3,000 yards because everybody knows that SWD is capable of doing that. And you guys said, no, we're going to – it is about the team here. It's not about the one kid. And just an incredible job. Talk about the offense. Kyle Maltrich, another one that is one of our finalists for, Offensive Player of the Year and Big Z Sports Player of the Year. What an incredible offense you guys set up this year?
Yeah, first and foremost, we're blessed with talent.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That obviously is the case. But we don't just want to rest on those laurels. We don't want to be lazy coaches. We want to work hard. We want to be a program. We want to be able to take what a defense gives us and be able to exploit different coverages and different fronts. And our kids work very, very hard at that. Obviously, yeah, we can hand the ball to Sam every time, and everyone knows that. And then the first person to tell you that, the way to do it, that's the way we should do it, is Sam. Sam understands about, we were trying to keep him fresh.
Absolutely.
For what we thought.
Absolutely. And you use this guy a lot in the backfield, too.
Yep,
he got in the end zone a few times this year.
And, everything's going according to plan, you know what I mean?
I get it.
We felt we were in a very, very good spot, but, being able to, again, take a step back and look at it, 51 points a game, number one scoring offense in the state of Ohio, that's something very, very special. That's not, like you said, that's not just Division IV, the area, that's the entire state of Ohio.
170 on the ground, Coach, 272, almost 273 through the air game.
Yep. And
incredible.
Yeah, we wanted to strike balance, you know what I mean?
Yep.
If you go back and you look at first downs that we've got, it's almost 50-50 pass to run, and that's aren't accidents, you know what I mean? That's the analytics that you want to go for, and our kids did a great job, executing on Friday nights.
Coach, let's flip to the other side of the football, because the guy to your left, he had a big role in that. And if I'm looking at these stats right, Elijah, okay, I don't think they're fudged at all. I don't think anything like that. Are you kidding me? 286 tackles in 13 games?
Yep.
Wow, that is incredible, man. 8 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, 2 interceptions, 4 pass defense. What else did you miss on there, Coach? Did he have any interceptions?
You sold popcorn at halftime, didn't you?
2 interceptions.
Yeah.
He got tackled on the one against Worcester, though, didn't he? He got tackled on the one.
Hey, Elijah, did you park cars before the game? Did Coach let you go out there and park cars too? You did a little bit of everything for this team, man. Incredible season. You should be proud of yourself for that.
No, what Elijah does is he allows me to run my mouth because no one messes with me when I got.
He's bigger than you, Coach.
And you wrestle too, right? You wrestle.
Yep.
So wrestling coming up. You looking forward to going to Columbus?
Yeah.
That's the goal, right? Is to get to Columbus. I love it.
All right, Elijah, we're going to ask you some fun questions here, okay? We want to know a little bit about Elijah Baldridge, the person, the player, whatever. We're done talking football with you. So your favorite non-football activity?
I know what it is.
Yeah?
Lifting
weights. I was going to say,
there it is.
A lot of the kids love to look at him.
Hey, I'll tell you this, kid, he wears a shirt in lifting all the time that says weights before dates. Right there.
Dude.
So no girlfriend.
So no girlfriend then.
No. Stay away from the girls. We don't need girls. Okay?
They make you weak in the knees, man.
Hey, so Elijah, your favorite subject in school?
Probably science class.
Science?
What's your least favorite? Football class
Don't
at the end
answer
of the day?
Don't answer that.
Yeah,
I'm cutting that question off.
Teacher mad. Don't do
that question off.
Listen,
I got to protect my boys.
Science is a good class to have. I mean, that's one of those classes where you learn a lot, about things that you're going to move on to in the future. Yeah. That's great.
All right, your favorite pregame meal. Is there anything you have to eat your mom has to cook for you before every game?
What do you like?
Subway.
All right.
Subway.
Awesome.
I love it.
Awesome. Sweet.
Chicken pizzoli.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well,
I like that. I like Subway. You can't go wrong with Subway. Did you hear something though? I'm a little mad at Subway.
Why?
They're doing away with the Italian cheese that's on the bread.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Italian
herbs and cheese?
The Italian herb and cheese, it's going away, dude.
You might have to send Elijah to talk.
I know, right?
About that.
Well,
I can't believe it.
Obviously, Elijah, we've had some West Holmes nights here the last few years, and Coach Gardner was our Coach of the Year last year. Your quarterback, Noah Clark, was our Player of the Year last year. Well, we brought you here for a reason.
Yep.
And this is the reason right here, and we're going to announce our Big Z Sports Defensive Player of the Year goes to Elijah Baldridge.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Well deserving.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well deserving. Again, just while he's getting congratulations from Coach, again, listen to these numbers, guys. Elijah in his senior season playing linebacker for the Knights, he led the area with 286 tackles, 8 for a loss, 4 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, 2 recoveries, and 2 interceptions, 4 passes defensed. He was named D4 East District and OCC Defensive Player of the Year. The Knights finished 12-1. Of course, defeated Shelby and St. Mary's Memorial as the number 2 seed in D4 Region 14. Just an incredible job, Elijah. Congratulations on a great senior season in football. Good luck in wrestling, and go down to Columbus so we can have you back again, all right?
Good job, man. Proud of you, man.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
And, of course, we have Coach up here for a reason. And, Elijah, obviously, it's been, I'm sure it's been a fun 4 years to play for this guy right here, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, awesome. And I was talking to your dad before you came on earlier in the night, possibility to go on to the next level, play college football. So good luck with that, and make sure you keep us posted on if you're going to sign somewhere. I know this guy right here will. He'll let us know. So
he'll be texting me like he always does.
Awesome. But congratulations, man. You're our Defensive Player of the Year.
Congratulations, Elijah Baldridge, everybody. Good deal.
Proud of you.
And, of course, Coach is here, and we're giving away a bunch of different awards this year. We're doing Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Specialist of the Year, Player of the Year as well, Coach of the Year. But our Offensive Player of the Year could not be here tonight.
Yep.
But he is playing basketball tonight. But Coach Zach Gardner is going to accept this award for Mason Wolf for Offensive Player of the Year for the West Holmes Knights. And, Coach, I know he's a special kid to you and a one-year starter at quarterback, but it really started in the regional championship game last year with Mason as he stepped in for Noah Clark, who couldn't make the game. He was injured, and he was our Big Z Sports Player of the Year last year was Noah. So Mason, a great quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. His story is one that all local football players should pay attention to. He's a kid who played junior varsity football his junior year, didn't wallow in it, was selfless, not a selfish player at all, just did everything he could to prepare himself, and then when he got his opportunities, he made the most of it in the playoffs last year. Came out, threw for 350 yards, and just had a great game to lead us on into our first Final Four, in the history of our school. And then knew he was going to be the guy this year, and just put his work in and stepped up as a leader. When you talk about Mason, selfless, tough, the things that every coach wants in a player is what Mason Wolf did. And his ability to read a field and his arm strength, so this is definitely an honor, especially with all the great players in the area, that we have. This is definitely something special for Mason and our entire football program, along with Elijah and his defensive award.
I mean, and you look at Mason being a representative for Mr. Football Ohio. Listen to these numbers, guys. Mason Wolf, senior quarterback for the West Holmes Knights, 180 at 258, 3,164 yards, 41 touchdowns. He only had 4 interceptions, 70% completion percentage. He had 41 carries, 101 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the ground. But a lot of that was negative rushing with some of the sacks and things that he had, and it took away a lot of the rushing yards that he had. He set the school record for single season touchdown passes. He had 3,265 all-purpose yards and 44 TDs, along with East District Offensive Player of the Year and First Team OCC. Adams Hats Off Award winner in Week 3. Again, the Knights finishing 12-1. Just an incredible season. Mason Wolf, congratulations from all of us at Big Z Sports. And, Coach, thank you for being here and accepting it for us.
Hey, thank you, guys. It means a lot to us. What you guys do is special for everyone in the area. And to get these kids recognition is something, and have a night like this where they get to come have dinner with their parents or whatnot. It's memories that last a lifetime, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys. Obviously, West Holmes way out there in Millersburg, kind of the extent of our coverage area.
The western border.
Yeah, but we've developed such a relationship with Coach Gardner when he was at Sandy Valley and went out to West Holmes, and you do such a phenomenal job, man, and we appreciate all you do for us and what you do for those kids out there.
I appreciate that.
Well, Coach, and the biggest thing, too, I want to piggyback. You're one that come from a long bloodline of football players and in coaching with some of the best. And you are one of those guys that continues to make better men out of boys in our area, and we are blessed, and the kids are blessed, and the community is blessed to have you guys as coaches. All of these coaches in this room do a great job of that. We appreciate you.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, man.
Yep.
You want to turn these guys into men. You want them to be productive members of society, and so many coaches in this room,
Yes.
right now do that, and just very blessed to be part of that fraternity.
You just need to text a brother back when he texts you.
Well,
No kidding.
hey, I checked.
I don't know what's wrong with your phone because this dude texts me all the time.
Yeah, it's whatever. I thought we had a connection. But
Elijah Baldridge, our Big Z Sports Defensive Player of the Year, and of course head coach Zach Gardner representing Mason Wolf, our Offensive Player of the Year for Big Z Sports. We're going to take a break, come back with another coach. You're listening to Big Z Sports right here on Z Country 99.9.
Pizza Parlor 5 in Sugar Creek satisfies the hunger you have inside. Try their Parlor Sub. It's made to order with ham, pepperoni, lettuce, onions, tomatoes, banana peppers with a special blend of provolone cheese and Pizza Parlor's homemade Italian dressing on a fresh bun baked to perfection. Try their ATM pizza that has all the meats: pepperoni, sausage, ham, and bacon. Pizza Parlor 5 Sugar Creek, 330-852-4888.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in Sugar Creek, Strasburg, and downtown New Philadelphia, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes and teams good luck this fall.
When struggles seem too tough, when sickness takes a hold, when cancer picks a fight, when baby's on its way, when life throws you a curveball, we've got you. With nearly 130 years in your backyard, Altman knows you and knows your community better than anyone. We're your neighbors, your friends, your family, and we want you to be the healthiest you can be. Altman, we are ready. We've got you.
TMK, service with a personal touch.
Fall is in the air. Winter is coming. Call the propane guys at TMK Valley Propane. We make sure your home is warm and cozy all winter long. Serving your local area, we bring you the best in service. Call today.
All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
This is RJ Jacobs from DAC Vitamins and Minerals. Did you know that DAC Vitamins and Minerals has more than 40 proven equine supplements that include daily multivitamins, joint, digestion, reproduction and fertility, calming, and many other specialty products? DAC also carries a complete line of livestock products called DAC Show Contender. Feed DAC Vitamins and Minerals to get the competitive edge in the show pen. We've been feeding champions since 1983.
Tailgating season is here, so why not do it in style with a new car, truck, or SUV from Parkway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Dover. Choose a winning game plan when you bring your trade and ask about great financing options on any car, truck, or SUV on the lot. Joel and the Parkway CDJR team will help you shop and find the best deal for you. No hassle and no stress. Football season is the perfect time for a great deal, so pick a winner at Parkway Dodge Jeep Ram and Dover today. Your way, the right way. Visit ParkwayChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com and drive forward.
This is Jordan Hartzler. At Hartzler's Quality Housing, our goal is to help customers achieve the dream of homeownership. We have been a family-owned, affordable housing business for over 40 years. We value our customers and have the knowledge and experience to help you walk through the home buying process from start to finish.
Conveniently located just off I-77 in New Philadelphia, stop by and browse their model homes or learn more by visiting Hartzlers.com.
The First National Bank of Denison appreciates the hard work and dedication area athletes exhibit to be the best they can be for their team. We follow that same philosophy with our customers, working hard to build personal relationships and making our services convenient. The First National Bank of Denison's community involvement is important to us, and we love supporting our local schools. The First National Bank of Denison, with offices in Denison, Dover, Jeanette and Hutton, South Broadway, and Schunbrunn in New Philadelphia. We have our roots where others have their branches. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Want to go to work, Nick, you want to go to Battle, right?
Always.
And we appreciate Battle Motors being here. We got some representatives for them here tonight. We appreciate Claxon Communications and, of course, Greg Perkins and LB Lydia Brady. Our girl has been with us all season long. LB over there doesn't even get to eat, nothing. We put her in the corner and say, you got to work.
Yeah, she never gets to eat. She always has to take leftovers home.
I know.
The moment from when she sits down, it's nothing but right here, just click, move, drag, everything. It's impressive.
But that's what makes her the best in the business.
Don't poor Greg is sitting on the floor right now, but we won't talk about that.
She always says don't move. He's trying to look up my skirt. Anyway, Chris Kale, Nick McWilliams, Shannon Thomas here. We are now joined on our Battle Motors season wrap-up show with head coach Dirk Gadd, who just finished up his 6th season. First IVC title coach in since 2000, I think, where I got it out, since 2001, right?
Yes, sir.
And outright, just an incredible season by you guys, finishing up at 8-3, making it into the playoffs as a number 4 seed in D6 Region 23. I think if you were paired with anybody other than West Jeff, I think you're good. You guys just had a terrible draw with them, getting them, in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, they were a very experienced football team. They made the Final Four last year. Coming into that game, we knew that we were going to have to play our best football game to win that one. We got a taste of playoff football now, so the kids know what the expectation is if we want to win at that level, and hopefully next year we'll be ready for the challenge.
That's why I told you, Coach. The expectations are there now, right? Coming into this season, if you would have told me, hey, that you guys are going to be outright IVC champs in the North, and you're going to be, a top 6 seed in the playoffs, I probably would have said, hey, those are great expectations, but I don't know if they're achievable. You guys absolutely proved a lot of people wrong, and now with a young football team coming back next year, those expectations are reality.
Yeah, we started the season out, and this kind of matches up with how the playoffs went. We started the season out against Shenandoah, and that was kind of a welcome to varsity football for a lot of our younger kids. And we regrouped after that beating that we took at Shenandoah, made some changes, and the kids responded. Racked up some wins, and next thing you know, we're playing for an IVC championship, winning an outright IVC championship, and we got our first home playoff game in the history of our school. And I think that playoff game was kind of welcome to playoff football for our kids. So now we have a taste of that, and I have no doubts that our kids will respond.
Coach, a couple times I got to be there and see some of your guys' games. Of course, that amazing thriller against Malvern, got to come down to the school, give out some of our hats off awards. I think the biggest thing that I noticed from throughout this season, everybody seemed to be having so much fun. And I know whenever seasons don't go your way, that can sometimes be a real issue. But now it just seems like everyone who's involved with this Trojans program, it's like showing up and putting in that hard work is something to smile about every day, and it's really paying off.
Yeah, and I think the kids kind of have fed off the community support that we have. We had a lot of people in the stands at our games. Our stands were packed each game. When we get back into town, they had parades that led us through town, down Main Street, honking horns. Just a lot of energy that was surrounding our football team, and our kids really fed off of that. And I hope our kids know, if they, they made a lot of accomplishments this year, but I think our best accomplishment was, what we did for our community and, that morale boost that we needed.
Well, see, that was going to be my question, Coach, and you beat me to it with the community support. I talked to some of your players earlier this year and told them, those little kids standing there waiting for them to come off the football field to slap them high five, those are NFL stars for those little kids. And that's really got to feel good for you and your players to know that community will go to length for you now, and you guys have really built something down there together.
Yeah, we live in a great community, and it's funny that you mentioned the kids, because there would be, little kids in the locker room. with Sharpies wanting autographs from the kids, and they're kind of looking at me like, what do I do, Coach? I'm like, sign their football. I mean, yeah, so it was great. A lot of fun. It was a great year.
Coach, when you look at the offensive side of the football, 232 yards rushing, 75 passing. Bunk Millender, we said a couple times it was the bunk show. That sophomore is so electric. Whether he's returning punts, returning kicks, you use him as a wide receiver at times. You've lined him up in the Wildcat at times. What an exceptional athlete Bunk Millender is. You have a very good sophomore quarterback who's very efficient, one of the most efficient quarterbacks, I think, in our area. Hey, he only throws 5-6 times a game, but he's completing 4, 5, 6 of those passes every game, and he doesn't throw interceptions. 11 touchdowns, no picks this year for Clayton Fish. Talk about the offensive production you had this year.
Yeah, you're right. We don't throw the ball very much, and a lot of the times when we do throw it, it goes for big plays.
Yes.
And those are big plays that we really count on to kind of keep the defense honest. And Clayton's great at making those throws. He didn't miss very many of those throughout the year. And didn't turn the ball over. I think he may have turned the ball over one time at some point, but I might be wrong.
Would have had to have been a fumble because I don't have it down as an IND. But hey, my stats might be bad too.
We can't say that.
I think as a team we may have only turned the ball over 6 times all year. Bunk never dropped the ball all year. He never turned it over. Brandon Weber never turned the ball over. So I think not turning the ball over played a big part in the success of our team this year.
There's a lot of moments that I know from some of these games. We were there for the 100th anniversary. Well, actually, before I ask this question, go through that 100th anniversary of Newcomerstown football again. I know that was so important to you guys, and everyone in the community turned out, and obviously in a massive 54-0 win. I know it was such a great feeling we've talked about so many times, but I don't know if some people necessarily realize how important that was to your guys' team.
Yeah, we've had some really good football teams in the history of Newcomerstown. A lot of the guys that came before us kind of set the tone and the expectation for Trojan football. I have a lot of respect for those guys, as do our players. I played there, and a lot of our coaches played there, and we have a lot of pride. We brought back, all of the alumni from the past. They came. My head coach, when I was playing, Jeff Cook, gave the pregame speech for us. It was really special for our kids. Our kids knew how much it meant to our community, and we came out and played a really great football game.
You think you did, Coach? Let's see. What was it, 48-8?
No, 54-0.
Or I'm sorry. Oh no, that's right. I looked at the wrong one. 54-0. Yeah, I mean, my goodness, your team played very well.
And what a way to celebrate Trojan football, not with just that game, but 100th anniversary of Trojan football. We win the IVC championship. Just how fitting for a place that we all love so much.
Coach, you don't have too many seniors on your team. I think Weber was a senior and Newkirk was a senior. What does those seniors mean to you now that they got to go out on a pretty big high right here?
Yeah, Brandon Weber, he's one of the first kids that really bought into what we were doing as a football program, did everything right in the weight room, was a leader on and off the field. He gets great grades. We moved him to fullback, which is a very selfless position on our football team. We expect you to block a lot in that position. And he did a great job there, excelled, 14 touchdowns, probably 600-ish yards rushing. Just a great all-around player for us. David Newkirk and Hunter Amore, they both played corner for us, 2 seniors. Those were 2 guys it's nice you can count on. You can put them out there. They're going to do their job. They were experienced. They gave a lot to this football team. It was nice knowing that, they were out there and I didn't have to worry about it, and we could change coverages and they could adjust. And Blake Newkirk was our other senior. Just watching Blake grow this year. He didn't play last year, but he came back. He played football this year. Just a great kid, helped us get better on scout team, and it's been nice to watch him grow into a great young man.
Coach, 2023 schedule, obviously your 2023 season started the Saturday after you guys, went down in the playoffs, right? It starts right then and there. Talk about any changes to the 2023 schedule that you got coming up that you know of.
We're going to open up with Bern Union this year, which is a new one on the schedule. We are going to play Barnesville, which we're going to have our hands full with that Barnesville team. They have a good program. And we also have Martins Ferry this coming year. So
nice.
We have several changes to the schedule. I think all of those teams were in the playoffs last year. So, if we want to be playing playoff football, we got to play playoff teams. So that's why we put those guys on the schedule.
Coach, after a season like this with so many highs and so many great moments, we talked about the anniversary, we talked about the playoff appearance, hosting a home playoff game. Is there a specific moment that you have that you will look back at the most fond in this 2022 season?
I mean, without a doubt, the Malvern game was a great football game. Probably one of the best games in the history of our school. I think the moment I really knew that we were turning the corner was actually the third game of the season against Connaughton Valley. I knew they had a pretty good football team. They ran the ball well, had a great coach. And when we won that game, I knew that we had something going. So I think the third game of the season is probably, when I look back, is when I knew things were headed the right direction.
Two games for me that will stand out for Newcomerstown all year. The Malvern game, just the back and forth that whole game, and then to go to Buckeye Trail for the title. What was that game like right there?
I was really worried going into the Buckeye Trail game. They had a lot to play for. We had already clinched a share of the conference title, which wasn't good enough for us.
Absolutely.
But they had the ability, if they beat us, to get a share of the title. They also needed a win to make it into the playoffs. So they had a lot to play for. They're always a very well-coached physical football team. So I knew that we had to be ready for that game. And I told the kids, this is going to be a playoff-like atmosphere when we go there. And we went there, and we made plays, and we took care of business, and won the outright title.
Yeah, you did, Coach. And, again, just a great season. We look forward to seeing what you guys can do to continue to grow and expand on what you did this year coming up in 2023. We appreciate all the access you always give us. You're willing to talk to us, win, lose, or draw. We appreciate everything you've always done for us and given us the access to your program. We congratulate you, your kids, and your community. We wish you a very Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season to you and your family, and looking forward to 2023 with you, Coach.
Thanks, and we appreciate what you guys do as well. I remember, you were there when the wins weren't coming, so appreciate that.
Absolutely, Coach. That is head coach Dirk Gadd of the Newcomerstown Trojans, coming off a great season, looking forward to 2023 to see what the Trojans can do. Of course, Chris Kao, Nick McWilliams, Shannon Thomas here. We'll be back from the Pointe Dining on our Battle Motors postseason wrap-up show right after this timeout.
Hi, this is Phil with the Ford Parkway Quick Lane Service. When the vehicle that transports your team needs maintenance, you expect it to be done accurately and quickly so you can get back on the road. Don't get sidelined by your vehicle. When it comes to servicing your team's vehicle, let my all-star team at Parkway deliver you the winning combination to keep you on the road and safe for the long haul.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
Planning your next vacation or home improvement project and worried about managing expenses? CSB can help with that. Setting a goal is the first step to achieving your vision, and CSB's Money Manager tool helps you get started. Whether you are recovering from Christmas spending or preparing to send kids to college, the Personal Financial Management tool helps you set goals, track your spending, and monitor your progress. Money Manager is available within CSB's online banking. Check it out today. The Commercial and Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Dr. Nathan Springer is in the business of making smiles, specializing in braces and Invisalign for children and adults. Dr. Springer provides smiles that can be recognized anywhere. Just look at the winning smile on some of the players. Compliments of Dr. Nathan Springer Orthodontics. Hey, that smile of pride on the face of mom and dad might be from Dr. Springer too. Dr. Nathan Springer Orthodontics, in the business of making smiles, at 107 Ray Avenue Northeast in New Philadelphia.
Dino Piergolini & Sons Equipment Incorporated is your one-stop shop for all your equipment needs. Offering the option to buy, rent, sell, or trade equipment is what separates Dino Rents from everyone else. With pickup and delivery or even field service available in their service department, Dino Rents can handle repairs needed for any make or model. Dino Piergolini & Sons Equipment is located just past Midvale Speedway and can be found on Facebook or contacted at 330-364-8055. Also offering a location in Caddis to better serve you.
Is your vehicle banged up? Do you want fast, professional service to get you back on the road? This is Garrett Jacobs with AutoWorks Collision Center. We service cars, trucks, SUVs, and even semi-trucks and RVs. Whether you need auto glass replacement, paintless dent repair, assistance with warranty and insurance, or just a free estimate, AutoWorks has you covered. We even offer alignments for your heavy-duty vehicles like buses, motorhomes, and semis with our state-of-the-art Hunter alignment system. Call 330-878-4223. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Let AutoWorks of Strasburg work for you.
Located in the rolling hills of Holmes County, Keim Home Center is the destination and trusted source for your home, building, and woodworking needs. And we are now offering appliances. At Keim, you'll find major kitchen and laundry appliance brands such as General Electric, Whirlpool, Speed Queen, and much more. Our sales and service teams can help with product selection, delivery, installation, ongoing maintenance, and repair. Give us a call or stop by today. Keim, built on trust since 1911.
Is there anything better than high school sports? Hi, this is Pat Ferris of Ferris Chevrolet Buick and Toyota. High school sports bring out the best in our schools and in our communities, and the people at Ferris have always believed in the importance of athletics and academics. Just like we believe in the great cars and trucks we sell and service every day, like high school sports, we're a great tradition in this area. Ferris, on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
My steak gorgonzola was phenomenal.
It's always phenomenal.
It is. Everything here is so good. We appreciate LB and of course, Perk from Claxon Communications. Of course, Battle Motors. Don't go to work, go to battle, Shannon. And that's exactly what the New Philadelphia Quakers did this year. I'll let you guys talk about week number 10. But, Coach, we welcome in head coach Mike Johnson of the New Philadelphia Quakers. And, Coach, a 6-5 season. You guys got into the D3 Region 9 playoffs with the number 15 seed and really played a Canfield team that is now in a state championship game really, really well. You took them, I mean, you guys were right there the whole game. Brock Lowry is an exceptional athlete. But I want to talk about the defensive side of the football for you guys. Your defense, I rank it right up there with the Garaways and the West Holmeses in our area this year. They really carried your team. Talk about your defense.
Defense it was wonderful. Really, when we look at last year going into this year, one of our big focal points was we had some ideas of what we wanted to do with our defense, and we kind of blew it up. We took what we used to have, we ripped it up, threw that away, and built this new defense. And actually talking with some of the guys in the room, it helped. You know, there's good resources here.
Yeah.
You know, we went out to Garaway a couple of times with Coach Wallach and his staff and talked to those guys about what they did, and then we took it and applied it to Quaker football and came up with something we really liked and had a lot of faith in. And our defensive staff, really all our coaches, spent a lot of time this offseason making that. This is what we want to do. We want to hang our hat on it, and I'm really proud of how the coaches did it, and then how they taught it to the players, and how we all executed. I thought they did a phenomenal job throughout the entire year.
Coach, we know on offense you guys were pretty senior heavy naturally with Trevor Bean, Willie Wallace, Connor Tetzloff, Brant Wells. I mean, I could keep going down the list.
Yeah.
But obviously after that last scrimmage, your injury to who's your projected starting quarterback in Curtis Tetzloff, you know, for a lot of teams that could be one of the worst things that could possibly happen. But, you know, for the sophomore Keaton Fossil to come in and perform how he did and grow throughout the year, that had to be huge for you guys.
It was huge. One of those things that I have to kind of remind myself, I look back on the season, was he didn't know he was starting week 1 until Saturday of week 1.
Right.
And it kind of changed. It changed a lot of things. At the last play of the scrimmage for Kurt, he goes down, hurts his shoulder, and just couldn't throw the ball at all. So by necessity, this happened. And then one of the things that I think speaks volumes on Curtis is, as we progressed into that week 2, and he was starting to get back where he could throw a little bit,
he felt like, hey, he felt confident in Keaton, and he helped coach up Keaton. But Keaton is very, very good, and we saw moments of it this summer, but we didn't have a whole summer to see it. It's kind of exciting for going into next year. You know, he's the guy going in. But Keaton did a tremendous job with his legs week one. It helped us win that game, and his legs were consistently a key of our offense throughout the course of the year, and they made a big difference week 10.
Yeah, it's got to be nice when he comes in so young, but you had those senior leaders around him, so they're able to lift him up and, carry out their jobs with less mistakes.
Without a doubt. I think it's a big key, because then we didn't have to worry about teaching everybody a new position.
Right.
It was, you could spend a little more time and put your hands on this position right now to make sure you can help him get to where he needs to be, but the other positions were already kind of solidified and they could build on it, which is key.
Yeah, and Coach, talk about the off season, right? And what are the expectations? Because you have to manage expectations. You're always doing that as a head coach, right?
Yes.
Managing the expectations of Keaton Fossil. How good of a year he had, and we all know that it's a learning process. Just like we talked with head coach Matt Churko of Malvern and his quarterback Jared Witherow, who did some great things, but then got a little pick happy towards the end of the season. Keaton seemed to grow and continue growing each week. So where do those expectations go, and how do you manage those through the offseason?
Well, I think there's still Keaton's got a tremendous upside, and we're going to keep building upon that and making sure that we keep kind of setting goals and reaching those goals. I think some of that comes in the off season with weight training and that. Some of it also comes with getting into the just throwing the ball outside of the weight room, getting out and throwing the ball a little bit. Also film study, and those are things that I think young guys, one of the things that I'm really excited for is, well, we got a year in the new league. Well, now we got film on everybody in the new league. We know what they like to do against us, and we got an idea of how they're going to play us, so we can start to make those adjustments going into this offseason, which is very exciting.
Going back to the point of the defense again, I just noticed this, and I guess I hadn't realized it up until this point. You guys averaged forcing 2 turnovers per game this season, which I think is just a phenomenal stat, and it had to be a huge part of your success.
Oh, without a doubt. You going back to even that Canfield game. Canfield scored. We end up punting the ball back to him. They go down to score again. We picked Thad Van Arsdalen, senior defensive linebacker. He makes a pick. We go 92 yards to go down and score. So there was the Mansfield – or Madison Comprehensive, I think we had 7 turnovers.
Yes.
Against Lexington, Dakota McCune Sr. picked off the first 3 passes the Lexington's quarterback threw. So we had a lot of great performances. Willie Wallace had a big pick 6 down in at Mount Vernon. So we've had a lot of guys stepped up and made great plays, and that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, defensively, you guys had 16 interceptions this year. I mean, that's a lot for a football team defensively to come up with 16 interceptions. You only gave up 1,500 yards rushing, 1,500 yards passing. There are schools who rush for 2,000-3,000 yards a season, and you're only giving up 1,500.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's a testament to our players, our coaches who put this thing together, and the kids execute it every week, and that's what we try to do as coaches.
Coach, talk about the new league this year, right? First year, you kind of have broken away from Dover a little bit in several years with the ECOL. Back to the old days when New Philadelphia was in the Federal League. Dover was in the NBC, which is now the EBC.
Yeah.
And, you guys had a little bit more travel, right? But it's not like you're not used to the travel going all the way to Marietta. You got to go to Zanesville, right? You go to Steubenville every other year. So the travel, I don't think, is that big of a deal. I think this is a great conference and a perfect conference for you guys to be in.
I mean, really, it's great for football. I can't speak on all the other sports because football's blessed. We only get to go once to all these schools, but we're going Friday nights. We know when we're going. It preps you for the postseason. If you make the playoffs and you're not having a home game, you're gonna ride an hour in a bus or an hour and a half in a bus. Like, our kids are conditioned to that, for that, and that's something that's only going to set us up for success as we keep moving forward.
Well, we know Chris isn't going to ask this, but we do have to ask it.
Yeah.
21-20 overtime win over the Dover Crimson Tornadoes. How Have you guys come down from that high yet, from having that kind of performance against a team which, on paper, everybody thought was the favorite?
Yeah, and going into that, because we played pretty consistent up to that point outside of Week 9 where West Holmes beat us, and they beat us badly. So I think that kind of swayed a lot of public opinion on how much better that everyone thought Dover was than we were.
Right.
And we just hadn't had a great year offensively, but what we preached to our players, it was about halftime of West Holmes, like, hey, we're gonna get through this, and then we're gonna fight, and we're gonna win Week 10. And our players did, but they responded to the challenges that were put out there. They were given the game plan on Monday afternoon, and this is what we're gonna do. And there was a great deal of focus the entire week of practice. And going into that, I had an exit interview with a couple of our seniors, and a lot of them, you asked them, like, how'd you feel during the course of that game? Did you ever feel like, oh, no, we're in a bad spot? And they said no. Yeah. I mean, they were confident, they were ready, they were prepared, and I think that's, once again, testament to them, testament to the coaches. So it was a great win for us in our program.
Coach, before we let you go, go ahead and give a pat on the shoulder to your seniors. I know you've only had them for 2 years, but you had them as an assistant. Talk about some of your seniors.
Oh, I mean, they're awesome. I mean, really, when you look at like our senior leadership, our 4 captains, you start with Cameron Clarkson, who's a 3-year starter, Mr. Everything for us on the offensive and defensive line. He's been around the program since he was a little kid with his dad coaching, and he's just a wonderful person, kid, and we're really excited for him. We're definitely going to miss him. The Tetzloff brothers, we have Connor and Curtis, both great leaders, both have really evolved as far as their leadership goes, and really have kind of brought their teammates along and with their competitiveness, which has been phenomenal. Thad Van Arzelen, our 4th captain, is just a steady hand on defense when we needed somebody to step up on offense. He only had 4 catches this year, but he didn't play tight end the whole year. Every catch goes for a first down. So he's that kind of guy. And then we have defensive backs. You have Trevor Bean. You have Willie Wallace, Elijah Forrest up front, Dakota McCune, all guys who made played such a big role. Bryant Corns at center, Tate Casper at guard, just phenomenal. And then we had the guys who didn't play as much but were around and part of the special teams and made our team better. And that's what it's all about, is these guys buying into something bigger than them and working for it and working together with other people towards a common goal. And that's why the growth of them as a collective group has just been one of the things I think's been the best part of this season.
Yeah, and Coach, like I said, I say it to everybody that comes in here, it steps up to the mic. You guys make such a difference in the lives of young men. You take boys and you coach them and you teach them lifelong lessons that they're going to use for the rest of their lives. When they're 40, 50-year-old men, they're going to use those lessons that you coaches are teaching them, and you do such a great job, doing that as an assistant under Matt Dennison, and now doing it as the head football coach at one of the biggest schools in our area. We appreciate all the access that you give us. You open your doors to us each and every time we ask. You're always willing to lend an ear to us and to give us a quick soundbite or an interview, and we appreciate it. Happy holidays to you and your family, and thank you for all you do for Big Z Sports.
Thanks for everything you guys do. It means a lot to us, and it means a lot to the kids and the families and the community, so we love it. Thank you.
That is head coach, of course, of the New Philadelphia Quakers. And I'll tell you what, Coach Johnson just does such a great job, and we wish him and his family nothing but the best of the holiday season. Mike Johnson in New Philadelphia. Of course, Chris Cale, Nick McWilliams, Shannon Thomas here with you. We'll be back on the Battle Motors Big Z Sports Wrap-Up Show right after this timeout.
At Kaufman Realty and Auctions, you've got options. Your property is unique, and our agents know how to sell it. Whether it's a traditional listing or live auction, we'll earn you top dollar. Our agents will utilize whichever method of sale works best. When buying or selling your next home, call on Kaufman.
The certified public accountants at Moore Niedenthal Incorporated believe in the value of relationships. Moore Niedenthal has been in business for over 40 years in your community, helping individuals and businesses grow. More Niedenthal can help manage and prepare your payroll, plan your estate, and prepare your business and personal income taxes. Stop in to the new More Niedenthal facility on North Worcester Avenue in Dover and become a valued client today.
Fall brings cool evenings, football games, and weekend camping. Muskingum Watershed Conservancy District has the perfect way to recharge after a long week at work. A place to sit around a campfire making s'mores and relax as you watch the snapping and flickering flames dancing under the moonlight. Choose a campsite at Atwood or Tappan Lake Park for your fall weekend getaways. Camping is the perfect way to spend an evening under the stars with family and friends. Reserve your campsite now at mwcd.org.
PAC Drilling, a family-owned and operated company since 2005 in Bolivar, takes pride in being an economic oil and gas drilling company. PAC's objective is to contribute to American energy independence through profitable development, operation, and marketing of oil and natural gas wells. PAC also employs operating technicians to oversee each and every well drilled to maximize its productivity and longevity. Contact PAC Drilling at pacdrilling.com.
This is Carly Mills. At First Federal Community Bank, our mission is to empower the financial well-being of our community one person at a time. Through integrity and quality, we earn the trust of our customers and exceed their expectations. First Federal Community Bank, investing in our community since 1898. Serving your banking needs in Dover, New Philadelphia, Yorksville, Sugar Creek, Berlin, and Mount Hope. First Federal Community Bank, member FDIC.
How does a new career in an extremely high-demand field sound to you? Well, the former Crane Carrier Company in New Philadelphia is now Battle Motors. Battle Motors is expanding rapidly for their all-new heavy-duty electric truck production. Battle Motors has immediate openings for assemblers, electrical technicians, painters, blasters, as well as numerous engineering and design positions. If you're interested in a great career opportunity, apply online at battlemotors.com/careers.
Hi, this is Jan McInturf. For the past 30 years, the residents in and around Tuscarawas County have made the call to the realtors and staff at McInturf Realty for buying and selling of residential and commercial properties. We truly live in a great community, and in all of these communities, there is nothing better than high school football. For myself and all the agents and staff at McInturf Realty, we would like to wish all the area athletes good luck this season. And make the call to McInturf Realty at 330-364-SOLD.
Based on a foundation of trust and integrity, Jeff Wallach LLC is a family-owned and operated company proudly serving the greater Northeast Ohio and surrounding communities with experience in residential and commercial projects. The pursuit of quality workmanship and commitment to superior customer service has positioned Jeff Wallach LLC as a respected installer of seamless siding, spouting, and replacement windows and doors for more than 25 years. Turn your vision into a reality by visiting jeffwallachllc.com.
Welcome back to the Battle Motors season wrap-up show here from the Pointe Dining in New Philadelphia. Chris Kale, Nick McWilliams, Shannon Thomas here with you, and we are being welcomed in by head coach Brian Gamble of the Sandy Valley Cardinals. And Coach, I know it wasn't a season that you wanted, but overall still a good, solid season for your program. Looking at the offensive side of the football, Nicky Petro, you missed him a lot in those middle games, but you had a freshman step in and just do a phenomenal job for you guys at the quarterback position. That's got to be something to look forward to, having an athlete like that moving through the next 3 years, and you get Nicky back as well.
Yeah, it's a luxury, of having quarterback depth. Usually you have one horse that we try to ride, but we're, putting a freshman and thrust him into a situation, being 14 years old, and getting a couple days of practice before the Fairless game, because obviously Nicky got hurt during the Tuslaw scrimmage, right. And then going into that game, and then obviously, being able to beat Manchester as a 14-year-old, and then going in and getting a win against Claymont. Yep. Again, another win, another notch under his belt, another way for him to grow. It's a big deal for us, and obviously, then getting Nicky back, getting him healthy, getting his mojo going. It's been quite a ride with that, and something new. Something, obviously, a season like this is something different, but it's a growing experience for us. And having, we had 2 seniors out of 42 on the roster, and just having a youth movement this year, and that's okay. But again, just watching our us grow and us progress each game, and it's been gray hairs at times, but at the same time, it's been a lot of fun to watch these guys grow and watch these guys gel.
Does that kind of energize you as a coach? Who I asked Coach Slusser about that, and he gave me the old hairy eyeball. But when you look at if you win all the time, maybe it gets old. And when you have a season where you struggle a little bit, you might not think you're going to, but you end up doing that, and you have a lot of young kids coming back, and you have to go in and find different ways as a coach to try and coach kids and get them to turn the corner. Maybe some kids that aren't as athletic as what you would want, trying to get the most out of them. That's got to be where coaching becomes fun. The reason why you get into coaching, from my perspective. Do you agree with that?
Well, I think, winning is obviously the ultimate goal.
Yes,
it
but
is.
Besides that, yes.
But, when you look at a motivating factor, we have our own self-inflicting bulletin board material for us.
Yes.
The bar that we had this past year. You put that up, what I'm saying? Well, is this what you want to be, or do you want to grow and be where the standard was at and get back to that standard?
Yep.
And that's what we're looking to do, looking to grow from, and just by the guys we have returning, and just the experience that we've gained this year. You can't really push a button for experience. Either you got it or you don't.
Right.
And that's a big deal for us to have all that coming back, and for our motivating factors going into it. But yeah, success is sometimes winning. I've been on that end too, and sometimes winning is harder than losing, if that makes sense. Maintaining that.
I get it.
And so it's same. For us, we are going to be we're going to take an approach of, I've had teams in the past where I've had a lot of experience coming back, on paper champs, all that stuff.
Yep.
Right? And everybody, a lot of talk with that stuff.
Yeah.
But
right. I get it.
But we're going to try to keep our head down in the dark, and we're going to work, and then we'll see what it takes us. That's our bottom line for this year. The talking, all that other stuff. We've been there, done that.
Yep.
It's time for us just to see what we know what we got coming back. We'll just see our play on the field.
Coach, you mentioned how much you have coming back naturally, but
Yes.
having that rapport between like Nicky Petro, Lucas Gillen, Chad Davis, we're talking about a trio there that have all this experience together, and being able to fast forward now looking into 2023 with that, do you expect them to come in not necessarily with a chip on their shoulder, but just that confidence knowing, after what we could call a successful season operating together, it's got to be a positive note for you guys, something to be excited about.
Big time to lean on. I think it's, and there's other guys that has made had some accolades as well. But obviously those big three. But then when you have all that going on, guys that are horses, guys that are good players. But again, when you can't have that magic potion of experience, but now you have it. So that excuse is out. Oh, I have two seniors. Woe is me. That excuse is out too. That's all that stuff is, again, that's not anymore. Now it's a higher expectation, a higher bar. And so they have to realize that, and they know that going into this year, and they're just excited to get to it. They want to hit the fast forward button. I'm like, no, we got to go through the process first. We got to go through it first. So that's where we're excited and geeked up to what we got, and we know it. But we got to work. We got to work for it.
A lot of kids, when they come up to varsity football, they don't realize how fast the game is. They have success in middle school. Then when they get to the varsity level, they think they're ready, and that game just moves so much faster, stronger. You're young this year. You're banged up, and the IVC South is probably the toughest that it's been for the last couple of years. And then your non-conference schedule: Canton South, Fairless. We know what kind of season they had. Akron Manchester. We know what kind of program they've had. What kind of learning curve was that for those young kids? Was it something that you had to address every week, or was they learning pretty quick?
They're learning quick. I don't know what it is if it's in the water, but they didn't really back down at any of those schools, knowing going in it they're younger, maybe they're not the same size and all that stuff. That we didn't really flinch at that too much. I'll be honest with you. We just knew that we had to grow up on the fly, and we knew that we're going into it with the mindset and the culture that we've already have instilled. And I think that's a big deal for us. That no matter if so to speak. You're bringing a knife to a gunfight, but we knew that no matter what, we're gonna go at these guys and not flinch, and that I respect the heck out of that. For that aspect, I think it's a big deal for us. And we scheduled up, we did, and that's okay. That's something that we wanted to build up, and I'm excited about the challenge for next year. We got quite a lot of talent on those non-leaguers coming back. You talk about Poochie Snyder, you talk about some of those other dudes that are coming back, and the Fairless quarterback as well. There's some cats there that it's going to be, and then we roll into the IVC South. You know what I'm saying? So
I know.
It was blessing under fire for us, so to speak, for this year, knowing that next year, we'll see where we're at.
Well, Coach, you said obviously not a lot of seniors. Talk about what those few seniors have meant to your program specifically.
Yeah, our two seniors, Lucas Doherty and Mason Collins. Lucas Doherty played time at offensive guard for us, and he did a great job. He's self-built kid, as far as a kid that could, wasn't blessed with the size, wasn't blessed with all the strength, but he worked his butt off and worked his way into his senior year to get to win that left guard position. So that was a self-made person. Mason, got to rotate a little bit here and there, got some time on special teams, but he's a great kid. Just a phenomenal kid. And guess what? They're the last two out of that class.
Yeah.
He does survivors of that class.
Yep.
Where everybody else could have done the same thing that was in there in 8th grade and all that jazz.
Yep.
They didn't. They did. So that's the bottom line. So they
Absolutely.
they get their jerseys. They're at the banquet and all that stuff because they stuck with the last two standing.
Absolutely.
And that's a big deal.
Absolutely, it is.
Fast forwarding, looking at the schedule side of things for 2023, you mentioned some of the stout opposition you're going to have that we expect, in the Canton Souths, the Fairlesses. Sure. Who else is anyone new being added to your schedule?
Just we're switching a crossover. It was East Canton, and now it's Malvern.
Okay,
yes, that's
the old rivalry there. That's gotta make you happy.
Oh, I mean, we're seeing that our kids are, they. I mean, we like playing East Canton too, but I mean, it's the simple fact that when you get Malvern on it, it's just a different animal. You know what I'm saying? It was always that Week 10 thing, but still we get a taste of that still. So it's they circled it, we circled it, we know it. It is not. I mean, obviously Thursday is going to be a fun game for us against Fairless again.
Yes.
But again, that's always a game that's going to be fun. I'm glad it's rejuvenated and revived.
2 years ago, Malvern, Sandy Valley, I was up there, 2-point conversion. He wins it, and I asked him after the game, said, Coach, was there ever any doubt? Not a doubt. I was winning it.
We had a crawl scratch just to get tied up in that game. I'm gonna win it right here.
That's what he told me. There was never a doubt.
They had to win it right there.
Well, Coach, we appreciate everything you do for Big Z Sports. Seriously, you always are willing, win, lose, or draw, to give us a quick word or an interview. You open up your doors to us anytime we ask. We appreciate it very much. Another one of them coaches that just continues to take boys and build them into great young men and productive members of society. We appreciate it. I know the community is so blessed to have you as their head coach. And happy holidays and Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Well, I appreciate that. And just thank you guys for everything you do for high school sports. It's a big deal, man. I mean, to have the coverage and just to have awards and a talk show at the end of the year, a talk show in the beginning of the year. I mean, it's a really cool thing. And what you do for high school sports around here, we're blessed to have you guys a part of it.
We appreciate that. And how cool is it that you get to sit down and talk to coaches that you coached against this year, different guys in different leagues and everything.
Yeah.
This is such a cool thing. Like we talked about earlier with Joe, we could just sit back and just watch this all night and watch guys just sit and talk, because it's just about, maybe not necessarily about football. It's about, hey, how's your family doing?
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing for the holidays? You going anywhere? Those sort of things. It's just good fellowship, right?
It really
Fellowship is always a good thing.
And it's always healthy to get you get to know you know your opponent, but then you get to know that their personal a little bit about them.
Yeah.
And it's really neat. I really appreciate that.
Well, before we let Coach go, he's got to say one more thing.
Well, I appreciate it. And again, guys, go Cards.
There you go. Coach started it, and any coach that does it from here on out, you can't do it like him. Brian Gamble, we appreciate him, and head coach of the Sandy Valley Cardinals. We'll be back with more coaches. We still got some hardware to give away, and don't forget, don't go to work, go to battle, right here on the Battle Motors wrap-up show on Big Z Sports.
With the colder fall weather here, that means deer are running all over roadways. If you have the misfortune of hitting a deer, the place to go is Gillen Body Shop in New Philadelphia. Gillen Body Shop and their 90-plus years of experience can get your vehicle back to you quickly and efficiently, and all repairs include a 100% lifetime guarantee. For any and all auto body work repairs to be done right the first time, get to Gillen Body Shop in New Philadelphia. Learn more about Gillen Body Shop when you find them on Facebook.
The Lehigh Inslee Insurance Agency is proud to be a part of this high school sports broadcast. We support the student athletes on the team and the students in all extracurricular activities. Hi, I'm Todd Inslee. In fact, your good student may qualify for discounted auto insurance rates from companies like Encova Insurance. Encova Insurance can provide you with homeowners insurance and life insurance too. Insure both of us and save even more. For a no-obligation quote, call the Lehigh Inslee Insurance Agency with locations in New Philadelphia and Yorksville.
Busy schedule? Check out Benson's Heat and Eat section with a variety of entrees and sides for you to choose from. And don't forget, Monday through Friday from 4 to 6, Benson's culinary team prepares hot, made-from-scratch dinners, complete with garden salad and bread and butter. Just call ahead to order. For daily and weekly specials, visit bensonsmc.com. Follow them on Facebook or stop into the market. Benson's Market and Catering, 207 North Worcester Avenue in Dover.
The Tuscarawas County dairy farmers want you to know that low-fat chocolate milk is a great choice for student athletes and hard workers. It provides the nutrition needed after practices, games, or a hard day at work, and it tastes great. Low-fat chocolate milk is packed with carbohydrates for energy, proteins to repair muscles, fluids to rehydrate, plus vitamins and minerals to help build strong bones and bodies. It's the official beverage of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Tuscarawas County Dairy Farmers. Farms, family, food.
All of the talks we've had over the years, including what you told me about not using alcohol and other drugs, they stick with me. And believe it or not, they really do make a difference, especially at times that matter most.
Hey, want a drink?
No thanks, I'm good. So thank you, Mom and Dad, for talking with me and preparing me for what's ahead.
Thank you for talking.
For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, and to learn more about the SAMHSA Talk to Hear You campaign, visit empowertusk.com.
The Alcohol, Drug Addiction, and Mental Health Services Board of Tuscarawas and Carroll Counties is an agency established for the purpose of planning, funding, monitoring, and evaluating contracted mental health, alcohol, and drug treatment services. Services across 4 local agencies are available for county residents regardless of ability to pay. Mental health and physical health are connected, and taking care of both is a requirement for your well-being. Go to adamhtc.org for more information. Adams Board, supporting your journey to wellness.
Jackie P. Photography understands there are many life moments that occur, and having pictures of those events is very important and shouldn't break the bank to have them. Jackie P. offers quality professional photography at an affordable price and offers services for weddings, engagements, family, senior pictures, plus any other special time in your life. To see just what Jackie P. can offer, find her on Facebook and follow on Instagram. To capture those special moments at an affordable price, visit JackiePphotography.com.
Pizza Parlor 5 in Sugar Creek satisfies the hunger you have inside. Try their Parlor Sub. It's made to order with ham, pepperoni, lettuce, onions, tomatoes, banana peppers with a special blend of provolone cheese and Pizza Parlor's homemade Italian dressing on a fresh bun baked to perfection. Try their ATM pizza that has all the meats: pepperoni, sausage, ham, and bacon. Pizza Parlor 5 Sugar Creek, 330-852-4888.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in Sugar Creek, Strasburg, and downtown New Philadelphia, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes and teams good luck this fall.
When struggles seem too tough, when sickness takes a hold, when cancer picks a fight, when baby's on its way, when life throws you a curveball, we've got you. With nearly 130 years in your backyard, Altman knows you and knows your community better than anyone. We're your neighbors, your friends, your family, and we want you to be the healthiest you can be. Altman. We are ready. We've got you.
Welcome back to the Battle Motors Big Z Sports Wrap-Up Show. Chris Kale, Joe Geckler, Shannon Thomas here with you. Of course, make sure you don't just go to work.
You go to battle.
There you go. Battle Motors, we appreciate their representatives being here tonight. It was a good time getting to know them and get to talk to one of our featured sponsors of our show. Again, thank you to Claxon Communications. Thank you to all of the coaches and players and families that came out here to the Big Z Sports Wrap-Up Show. It's really been a good night, and we talked about it with a couple coaches tonight. Just guys being able to sit down and fellowship and maybe just ask each other, hey, what are you doing this holiday season? You going anywhere for Christmas?
For sure.
What'd you do for Thanksgiving? And get away from football a little bit. And it's nice. You got two coaches sitting in the corner now talking and sharing pictures, and it's just great to see. And we're going to give away some hardware, Joe, on this segment.
We are, but we're going to talk to this young man here before we give away anything, as you just spoil the surprise. But it's all right. But we're going to welcome in.
It's not a surprise to him.
Four-year letter winner and senior kicker at Indian Valley, Daniel Miller. And Daniel, man, what a career. I feel like I've been talking about you for 8 years.
I know.
It seems like you've been around for forever, you know, and it's over. You know,
Yeah.
what's going through your head?
I don't know. It went by so fast, and really appreciate the past 4 years. Going to have with my teammates and stuff, and it was a good experience. Kind of sad it's over, but got to move on. So yeah, it was good.
Well, when we talked about you being the last one standing, right?
Mhm, yeah.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah.
A little chip on your shoulder, be like, look, my senior year, we lasted longer than anybody else.
Yep. No, it's definitely really cool to have that title and stuff, and really appreciate the team and stuff, and all the coaches were pretty good. So yeah, it was really fun.
So do you like kicking off better or extra points and field goals?
It's a good question. Kicking off is probably more strenuous activity, but I like both. Honestly, they're pretty equal. Getting points is fun though. Points is always good.
Were you a physical kicker to where you go down and make sure you try to get the tackle, or did you kind of lay back and I'll be last man defense?
I wasn't really known for my tackling.
Okay.
Hey, I did get like 3 tackles though, so we'll count that at least. But
in the last 4 years?
Yeah.
Oh.
4 years. Hey, look, you got to count, right? You got to count. So.
All right. More than Chris had.
Well,
yes, correct.
Cool. Daniel made my job easy the last 4 years because the first 3 years in Indian Valley, I'd always have to say, like, Williams to Hostetler 2-point conversion is good. Now it was just Indian Valley scores, kick is good.
Extra point by Miller, it's good.
Yeah.
So, but obviously you're going to go to the next level. Are you going to kick at the next level?
There's a possibility.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking at going to college. We'll see once. There's always that possibility, but looking to go to school for sure. Kicking, like I said, there is a possibility, but we'll just have to see what happens in next year. So,
what are you going to major in?
Yeah,
business. Looking at business right now.
Awesome.
So yeah,
you open up a kicking school, right?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
there
Make a
you
little
go.
money off of it. Yeah.
Hey, so speaking of school, what was your favorite subject?
Do I have to have a favorite subject, or?
I mean, it could be multiple.
No, probably math.
Math.
Yeah.
Any favorite
math.
a favorite teacher? I'll put you on the spot.
Ooh, that's a hard
one.
one.
One that you can say, hey, look, this teacher's one that I'll remember 40 years from now.
Don't forget your history teacher is your football coach.
You don't have to count him.
Was his football
Yeah, well,
You don't have to count him.
That's true. No.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, probably Mr. Emler and Coach Lank. Those were both
Okay.
definitely standout teachers to me, and really appreciate all they did, past years. So yeah, for those two for sure.
Shannon?
So what I know this answer, but what's your hobbies outside of football?
Definitely into music. Into music a lot. Yeah.
You look like a rap fan.
I'm not a rap fan. I don't mind it, but that's not what I create.
Why? Because he's got the poofy hair.
Yeah.
man.
So tell these guys how many musical instruments you play.
I mean, pretty much if you see on the stage, I'll probably play it.
Really?
Yeah.
Play the drums?
Yeah. Play drums, piano, guitar, all that fun stuff. So yeah.
What's your favorite instrument to play?
Definitely the drums. Playing that the longest. So definitely the drums. Yep.
That's awesome.
Very talented kid on the stage.
I wanted to be a drummer when I was a kid, but I don't have no rhythm.
Yeah.
Dude. None. So
It's all right.
it is what it is. I can air drum with the best of them, but
There
I
you
ain't
go.
got no rhythm.
That's something.
Now, if you look, is it self-taught on the instruments, or did you, just kind of something you picked up as you were growing up?
Yeah, I took some piano lessons, but everything else was pretty much self-taught. YouTube videos, obviously over the years, just learning all from that stuff, and just kind of catching on. So.
You gotta be a smart young man to do that.
Yeah, for sure. Got to put you on the spot. Want a funny story about one of your coaches? Has to be
One of my coaches.
clean though. Make it clean.
I don't know, honestly. It's probably like we'll get out of conditioning sometimes during practice, and
Okay.
I'll have to punt the football to one
Yeah.
of the coaches, and I'll have to catch it and stuff.
Sure.
And I've seen some pretty athletic coaches try to catch
Unathletic
the football, but
coaches?
but I'm not going to name any names.
We want names. That's why we asked you that question.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, I might not be allowed back in the building if we do that. So
you're not playing anymore.
Well, that's true. That's true. Yep.
Pre-game superstitions, anything like that? You have to do the same thing over and over, or?
Yeah, same warm-ups every time. Try not to get hurt during warm-ups,
All right.
So, yeah, that's pretty much it, though, honestly.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's time to give away the hardware.
Yeah,
So
we Chris already told you, but didn't tell you. But we are giving away a Specialist of the Year, and Daniel Miller, you're our Big Z Sports Specialist of the Year this year for 2022.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much, guys.
Yep, absolutely. And Daniel, Chris is going to run down your numbers on the year, and man, what a great career though as well, and great season. Do you have them?
Yeah, I've got them.
Right,
Here we go.
I shuffled them on you.
Yeah, I know you did. Daniel Miller, senior kicker at Indian Valley, 7 of 7 in field goals with a long of 38. 51 of 53 on extra points. Finished second on his team with 68 points, 69 kickoffs for 3,003 yards. That was prior to last week's playoff game because they were the last one standing. We had to get this stuff done before they even played their last game. So, you had an average of 43.5 yards with a long of 59 and 6 touchbacks. You also had 3 punts on the year with a long of 41. You were named first team East District in D4. And, of course, the Braves finished 10-3 as the number 4 seed in Division 4 Region 15 as the last one standing in the Tuscarawas County area. Daniel Miller, you are our Specialist of the Year, the first one, so you will always be remembered in Big Z Sports lore.
Let's go, yeah.
Whatever that it means. But we appreciate, you coming tonight, and it was fun to cover you the last 4 years, and I know Shannon will miss covering you the next 4.
Yeah. Back to 2-point conversions.
There's no kicker you've been training.
There's a possibility. We'll
Names,
see.
Come on.
Tanya McComb, maybe.
Okay.
All
right.
Interesting.
Yeah, maybe. So we'll see. Got to train somebody, though, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. You come back as the kicking specialist coach, right?
There you go. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Well, Daniel, congratulations, man, and we appreciate you taking time and coming, hanging out with all of us. And, I know you had your football banquet tonight and you rushed up here, so I appreciate that. I hope you ate well, and good luck at the next level if you go on. And let us know. Of course, Shannon will keep us posted. I'm sure he'll find out what you're doing and where you're going.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. It was awesome.
Awesome. That's Daniel Miller, our Big Z Sports Specialist of the Year.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's going to do it for this portion of our Battle Motors wrap-up show. We've still got another couple hardwares to give away. Still got another coach to talk to. So we'll be back. Joe Geckler, Chris Kale, and Shannon Thomas back on the Big Z Sports wrap-up show right after this.
All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
Fall is in the air. Winter is coming. Call the propane guys at TMK Valley Propane. We make sure your home is warm and cozy all winter long. Serving your local area, we bring you the best in service. Call today.
All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
This is RJ Jacobs from DAC Vitamins and Minerals. Did you know that DAC Vitamins and Minerals has more than 40 proven equine supplements that include daily multivitamins, joint, digestion, reproduction and fertility, calming, and many other specialty products? DAC also carries a complete line of livestock products called DAC Show Contender. Feed DAC Vitamins and Minerals to get the competitive edge in the show pen. We've been feeding champions since 1983.
Tailgating season is here, so why not do it in style with a new car, truck, or SUV from Parkway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Dover. Choose a winning game plan when you bring your trade and ask about great financing options on any car, truck, or SUV on the lot. Joel and the Parkway CDJR team will help you shop and find the best deal for you. No hassle and no stress. Football season is the perfect time for a great deal, so pick a winner at Parkway Dodge Jeep Ram and Dover today. Your way, the right way. Visit ParkwayChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com and drive forward.
This is Jordan Hartzler. At Hartzler's Quality Housing, our goal is to help customers achieve the dream of home ownership. We have been a family-owned, affordable housing business for over 40 years. We value our customers and have the knowledge and experience to help you walk through the home buying process from start to finish.
Conveniently located just off I-77 in New Philadelphia, stop by and browse their model homes or learn more by visiting Harslers.com.
The First National Bank of Denison appreciates the hard work and dedication area athletes exhibit to be the best they can be for their team. We follow that same philosophy with our customers, working hard to build personal relationships and making our services convenient. The First National Bank of Denison's community involvement is important to us, and we love supporting our local schools. The First National Bank of Denison, with offices in Denison, Dover, Jeanette Hutton, South Broadway, and Schönbrunn in New Philadelphia. We have our roots where others have their branches. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, this is Phil with the Ford Parkway Quick Lane Service. When the vehicle that transports your team needs maintenance, you expect it to be done accurately and quickly so you can get back on the road. Don't get sidelined by your vehicle. When it comes to servicing your team's vehicle, let my all-star team at Parkway deliver you the winning combination to keep you on the road and safe for the long haul.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
Planning your next vacation or home improvement project and worried about managing expenses? CSB can help with that. Setting a goal is the first step to achieving your vision, and CSB's Money Manager tool helps you get started. Whether you are recovering from Christmas spending or preparing to send kids to college, the Personal Financial Management tool helps you set goals, track your spending, and monitor your progress. Money Manager is available within CSB's online banking. Check it out today. The Commercial and Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Dr. Nathan Springer is in the business of making smiles, specializing in braces and Invisalign for children and adults. Dr. Springer provides smiles that can be recognized anywhere. Just look at the winning smile on some of the players. Compliments of Dr. Nathan Springer Orthodontics. Hey, that smile of pride on the face of mom and dad might be from Dr. Springer too. Dr. Nathan Springer Orthodontics, in the business of making smiles, at 107 Ray Avenue Northeast in New Philadelphia.
Dino Pergolini & Sons Equipment Incorporated is your one-stop shop for all your equipment needs. Offering the option to buy, rent, sell, or trade equipment is what separates Dino Rents from everyone else. With pickup and delivery or even field service available in their service department, Dino Rents can handle repairs needed for any make or model. Dino Pergolini & Sons Equipment is located just past Midvale Speedway and can be found on Facebook or contacted at 330-364-8055. Also offering a location in Caddis to better serve you.
Is your vehicle banged up? Do you want fast?
Offensive Player of the Year candidates and one of our Big Z Sports Player of the Year candidates, and Chase Olstrom. This kid is a dog. He is my dog. I've rode this kid for 2 years and preached about this kid. Man, I'll tell you what, Chase, what a career. You are one of only 3 in our area who have 5,000 career yards. You battled against 9, 10, 11 in a box all year long. And that's not taking anything away from your quarterback because he did a good job. It's just the fact that you're the one that they had to beat. If they were going to beat Carrollton, they had to stop you. And just a tremendous season, tremendous career. Can you believe it's over?
Yeah, it's hard to believe. It really does fly. Like, they always tell you, like, oh, appreciate the moment. You know, it's going to go past in any moment. It really does.
It does.
It does.
I know. And if you look at this kid, what are you, 5'8", 5'9"?
I'm 5'7".
5'7", okay. What are you, about $110?
Oh, he's 170.
170. And listen, I watched this kid carry 3 defenders into the end zone. You guys seen it?
Oh, yeah.
You guys covered him.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it. How much time do you spend in a weight room, dude? Seriously.
Pretty much all off season.
Pretty much all, 3-4 times a day? You eat there too? You get food delivered there?
What's your
My
max and
goodness,
squat?
bro.
Max and squat? I don't know. I haven't maxed in like 2 years.
Okay.
I don't really max out. I don't really power lift. I
okay.
Just percentage body lift.
What about your bench? Where are you at on that?
I benched last year before summer 225 for 3.
Okay. Awesome.
Hey, Chase, talk about your offensive line. You obviously we're talking about you. You're the kid that's sitting here with the accolades, right, of being a 5,000-yard career rusher. But I know you couldn't do it without those offensive linemen. Talk about those kids, and they had to block the way for you, this year. And if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't have 5,000. So talk about them for a minute.
That's right. And the thing about that is we had a lot of young guys step up this year, which was at the beginning of the year, you're hesitant because they're new and they're young and they got to learn. But they really stepped up. And our 2 seniors, Ben Zinda, transfer ball, they've been with me since sophomore year. I mean, couldn't have done it without them, really.
Yeah.
Chase, talk to us about your least favorite part of practice.
Least favorite part of practice?
And Coach isn't listening. He's in Florida. You're all right.
Yeah, he isn't listening, but
it's
he can't stream
either
it.
pursuit drill or box drill.
See, I used to like the pursuit drill because you got to,
It's
I was
not as
slow,
bad as,
so
like,
I always get tackled. But
running, but
So Chase, we talked about your offensive line, but we're going to go back to you a little bit. The season, 259 carries, over 2,000 yards, 25 tutties, but over 5,500 for your career. But we were talking off air. In one game, you toted it 55 times. That's incredible. I don't know how you got up the next day, to be honest. I played football too. 55 times? That's incredible. How do you prepare your body for that damage?
You don't. You just go in there.
Like, do you just get up like the next day and you're done? Like, hey, coach, I'm not coming to film. I'll see you on Monday.
Nah, I get up, go do the 100 jogs, and go lift. Go watch some film.
And that's why you got 5,000 yards.
And that's just incredible.
I had
to
to
me.
call in sick.
I can understand if this dude walks in and he looks like Elijah Baldridge, right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
And he say, hey, you rushed for 5,000 yards. I go, yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
And they say, no, dude, they literally threw the football like 2-3 times a game.
Sure.
They keyed on this kid.
Yeah.
And he
Stacked
had to
the
tote
box.
it for 2,000 yards in a season. Like, seriously?
Can
Are
you
you kidding
imagine?
me?
2 years in a row.
I know.
Can you imagine carrying it 55 times in a game? That's incredible.
No.
That's
No.
incredible.
All right. So, school-wise, are you going to go you going to college?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to play football?
Yeah. I'm
Are you
looking at
really?
a few schools right now.
Okay, so you're still looking.
Yep.
So gonna play at the next level.
Yep.
That's exciting. Make sure you keep us posted on that so we can follow you. What was your favorite subject in school?
He's still in school, so.
Well, yeah.
What is your favorite subject in school?
Right.
I don't know. Probably
lunch.
Yeah.
Weightlifting.
That's what my son would say.
Weightlifting. There
Lunch.
you go.
Yeah.
Well, and then what's Joe do? No, that's not a subject.
Yeah.
It's not. Lunch?
I know. I
Come
say
on.
study hall.
All
Study
right,
hall. Was mine,
favorite
dude.
non-football activity?
Non-football activity, like a hobby?
Yeah.
Video games.
Really? What's your
Definitely
favorite game?
COD right now. Grinding COD.
Okay.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
All right.
There
All
you
right.
go.
So
I get it.
What's one snapshot? If you had to take one snapshot of your career, okay, this is Chase Holsom, one snapshot. What's that snapshot going to be?
One snapshot.
Beating your rival, 5,000 yards.
Yeah, definitely Salem game.
Okay.
After
Salem
Salem
game.
game.
All right.
See, and
It's
that's
fun beating the Quakers, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
fun
I like
beating
this
quicker.
kid.
It is. I like it. All right. We got to give away a little bit of hardware, right?
Yep.
So you didn't win Offensive Player of the Year, right?
We did not.
And I know everybody in this room can tell you that I wanted you as our Big Z Sports Player of the Year last year. Well, you got it this year, dude. Congratulations. You're
man.
Big Z Sports Player of the Year.
Big Z Sports Player of the Year, Chase Olstrom, finalist last year. He was a runner-up last year, and he gets it this year. Congratulations, man!
Thank you.
And it was a close vote again this year. It was crazy. Like the voting for Coach of the Year, Player of the Year is always so difficult.
Is so hard.
And we have 11 people voting on this. And I think the Coach of the Year came down to a tiebreaker.
It did.
And then I believe it was, what?
I think you won by one or two
One
votes,
or two
yeah.
votes. I mean, it's just like, oh,
Hey,
my goodness.
just
Like,
so you know.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I told you, my dog, right?
He didn't vote for you.
Listen, I was texting everybody like, dude, you got to vote for this kid. You got to vote for this kid. Listen, so I'm going to read Chase's numbers. And, again, these are just astounding to me. Carrollton running back senior, of course, 259 carries, 2,024 yards, 25 touchdowns this year. He averaged 23.5 carries per game, 7.8 yards per carry, and 184 yards per game on a team that threw the ball very little.
That's
Let's
a dude
just
right
be honest, right? He is the third player from our area to rush for over 5,000 yards. He'll finish his career with 5,558 yards.
Where's that put him all time in the county? Do you know? Or in the area?
In the area. Well, he's third behind
okay.
Jamal and behind Jake Davis.
Okay.
But I mean, incredible. The Warriors wrap up their season at 7-4. Of course, he was Adams Hats Off Award winner in week number 6. He was our McInturf Realty Player of the Week in week 7. He was first team D4 East District. I'm sure you got EBC awards too. I didn't see those anywhere, but put Big Z Sports Player of the Year up there on the list.
Yes, sir.
And, congratulations, buddy. Well deserved. Any shout outs, family members, offensive linemen, coaches, whatever?
Mom,
the floor is
grandma.
yours. The floor is yours for a minute.
Obviously, all my coaches, all my linemen, all my teammates. I mean, great career. I love
Phenomenal
love the
career.
game.
Yeah.
I asked him we were sitting over there at the table. I said, last year, to be honest with me, I was like, did you walk away a little disappointed after coming? He said, yes and no. He goes, I lost to a great senior quarterback.
Yeah.
He goes, I figured my day was coming someday, and it was just like, wow, like that's a humble kid.
Yeah. Look, sitting here, you can see he's
Oh,
humble.
Yeah.
Just he would rather talk about the Salem win than 5,000 yards. That's pretty cool.
Sure.
Yep.
And always stay humble, man. Congratulations. Good luck at the next level. We'll be following your career, and just good luck in whatever you do in life, brother. I know it'll be successful.
Thank you.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
Congrats.
That
Thank
is
you.
our Big Z Sports Player of the Year, Chase Olstrom, senior running back from Carrollton. The Big Z Sports Battle Motors wrap-up show will continue. We've got one more coach to talk to and another award to give out right after this.
Is your vehicle banged up? Do you want fast, professional service to get you back on the road? This is Garrett Jacobs with AutoWorks Collision Center. We service cars, trucks, SUVs, and even semi-trucks and RVs. Whether you need auto glass replacement, paintless dent repair, assistance with warranty and insurance, or just a free estimate, AutoWorks has you covered. We even offer alignments for your heavy-duty vehicles like buses, motorhomes, and semis with our state-of-the-art Hunter alignment system. Call 330-878-4223. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Let AutoWorks of Strasburg work for you.
Located in the rolling hills of Holmes County, Keim Home Center is the destination and trusted source for your home, building, and woodworking needs. And we are now offering appliances. At Keim, you'll find major kitchen and laundry appliance brands such as General Electric, Whirlpool, Speed Queen, and much more. Our sales and service teams can help with product selection, delivery, installation, ongoing maintenance, and repair. Give us a call or stop by today. Keim, built on trust since 1911.
Is there anything better than high school sports? Hi, this is Dan Hosteller of Ferris Chevrolet Buick Toyota. High school sports brings out the best of our high schools and our communities, and the people at Ferris have always been behind the importance of athletics and academics. Just like we believe in the great cars and trucks that we sell and service every day. Like high school sports, we are a great tradition in the area. Ferris on the Wabash, New Philadelphia.
At Kaufman Realty and Auctions, you've got options. Your property is unique, and our agents know how to sell it. Whether it's a traditional listing or live auction, we'll earn you top dollar. Our agents will utilize whichever method of sale works best. When buying or selling your next home, call on Kaufman.
The certified public accountants at Moore Niedenthal Incorporated believe in the value of relationships. Moore Niedenthal has been in business for over 40 years in your community, helping individuals and businesses grow. Moore Niedenthal can help manage and prepare your payroll, plan your estate, and prepare your business and personal income taxes. Stop in to the new Moore Niedenthal facility on North Worcester Avenue in Dover and become a valued client today.
Fall brings cool evenings, football games, and weekend camping. Muskingum Watershed Conservancy District has the perfect way to recharge after a long week at work. A place to sit around a campfire making s'mores and relax as you watch the snapping and flickering flames dancing under the moonlight. Choose a campsite at Atwood or Tappan Lake Park for your fall weekend getaways. Camping is the perfect way to spend an evening under the stars with family and friends. Reserve your campsite now at mwcd.org.
PAC Drilling, a family-owned and operated company since 2005 in Bolivar, takes pride in being an economic oil and gas drilling company. PAC's objective is to contribute to American energy independence through profitable development, operation, and marketing of oil and natural gas wells. PAC also employs operating technicians to oversee each and every well drilled to maximize its productivity and longevity. Contact PAC Drilling at pacdrilling.com.
This is Carly Mills. At First Federal Community Bank, our mission is to empower the financial well-being of our community one person at a time. Through integrity and quality, we earn the trust of our customers and exceed their expectations. First Federal Community Bank, investing in our community since 1898. Serving your banking needs in Dover, New Philadelphia, Yurksville, Sugar Creek, Berlin, and Mount Hope. First Federal Community Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to the season wrap-up show. Thanks to Battle Motors, Joe Keckler, Travis McClellan, Chris Kale.
I give up.
You need to give up. But we are in our one of our final segments here, and we're happy to welcome in Garaway head coach Jason Wallach. And Coach, we had some fun off the air right there. What were you telling us?
Listen. Travis, you've done a great job. I hate to see you go.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
Honestly.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
You should do the play-by-play instead of the guy that does play-by-play. But now listen. Just my personal perspective. If Chris Kale takes over for you next year,
I won't.
Sorry, Joe, you are not allowed on the hill anymore.
I'm not taking over.
He's seen us play 3 games.
Listen,
three important games.
3
Yeah.
games, period.
Oh, yeah.
I was
And
on the
we're 0-3.
sidelines when you beat that team by like 60 a couple years ago at home.
Come on.
Listen, I'm not an old.
Like I said, important
Listen,
games.
we've known each other for what, 30
A long time.
years
A long
now?
time.
And he still doesn't like you.
A long time. No, I'm not. I don't say I don't like him. He's just bad luck. He's bad luck.
We'll call him Chris Bad Smoke.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we want to throw any fire analogies in there. I guess if there are some fires in town, he can't do our game, right? Yeah. So, all right.
12-1, Coach. I know it's tough to talk about undefeated regular season again, and just talk to us about your regular season. Put it kind of in a nutshell for us.
It was another phenomenal year for us. 10-0, and people don't know. I said this last year in this show. People don't understand how hard it is to go 10-0.
Sure.
And you've seen some teams in the past. Some Dover teams, some Ridgewood teams, some Philly teams. Back-to-back years that you're 10-0. It's a challenge, and it's our kids worked for it. They earned it. It was a fun year. It really was a great group of kids. That we're going to miss 10 quality seniors next year that really worked hard to get to where we were. And, it was a really fun year. It really was.
Talking about your schedule, 6 shutouts on defense. All of them were playoff teams. Talk about your defense.
Phenomenal. You give up 38 points. I hate to say this, our starting offense gave up as many points as our starting defense this year. And that's pretty interesting with a couple fumble return for touchdown and 2 pick sixes. Our defense was pretty special, and we're going to miss a lot of those guys next year, but we're excited. I mean, some great kids coming along. I'm sure we'll talk about that later, but listen, when your inside linebacker lines you up and our defensive coordinator doesn't have to make calls in 5 or 6 games this year, you don't get that every year.
Sure.
So, and then you throw in a great defensive line, a tremendous secondary, 3 and 4 year starters or 2 and 3 year starters back there. Just all around all 3 levels of our defense this year were a lot of fun to watch.
Coach, we usually ask this question a little bit later on, but you kind of talked about your seniors and stuff, so I want to kind of lead off with that. Praise your seniors. Talk to us about your seniors because I know they're special to you. They're special to the community, special to the program. I kind of want to start things off with that.
Yeah. We had 10 quality seniors, and when I say that, it's not very often where every one of your seniors start somewhere, and we had 10 quality kids that started for us somewhere, and in a very vital role. Not just on special teams. Kyler Hirschberger worked his tail off in the off season. Didn't start last year. Played very little for us last year. Played all 13 games for us at defensive end. Jarrett Wallach, obviously we all know about Jarrett, Defensive Player of the Year 2 years in a row and very well deserving of that honor. I'm probably going to miss somebody. You guys know that's why I don't do this.
I didn't ask you that question.
Listen, I'm respecting your question. Caleb Miller, he's that quarterback of our defense.
He's the baddest 140-pound linebacker there is.
He is.
Yeah.
He's a hard-hitting son of a gun and a very smart 33 ACT linebacker.
Was it aeronautical science or something?
Yeah, aerospace engineering, I think, is what he wants to go into. And
good luck with that.
I can't even spell it, let alone study it. Yeah. Then you got Alexander and Brady Road in the corners that we know about, and they were so good. Ty Winters at safety, Mason Elliott at safety. So there's a lot of seniors that we have to replace on that defense. We got a lot of young kids that are going to step in and play for us. So, offensively, Logan Yoder, the kid is a gamer. He's not very big. He's very athletic. We're not where we're at. We're not 24-2 in the last 2 years without him.
Sure.
Making plays offensively. Ethan Miller, tremendous running back, phenomenal running back. Blood in the genes, or genes in the blood, however you say it. I mean, great player for us. Was hurt early in the year, came back. We slowly put him back in and had a great season for us. And then Dominic Owens, our other senior. I think that's all 10. We only had 3 on offense. But Dominic Owens, a kid that, we moved from tackle to center, really worked his tail off. Big, strong kid, very athletic, and played very well. But the best part about those 10 kids is they're just so fun to be around. Yeah. And my kids growing up, and obviously Jace getting to play with them, respects all of those kids, their work ethic, their drive and desire to be great. And I know we didn't get to where we wanted to this year, but you look over the last 4 years, they're 40-7.
Yeah,
there's not many teams that you can say have had that much success and have continued, year after year and win 40 games in your high school career.
Yeah, incredible.
Coach, you talked about.
And if I miss somebody, darn it, Travis, I'm sorry.
I didn't ask that question.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm always yell at Chris.
Well, yeah, that's fine. So, I got big shoulders.
So we talked about your seniors there, but one thing that impressed me being around your program the last 6 years is the culture and the community and how you guys do things out there. It's pretty special. It's not everywhere, and you've been uber successful, but how does that create one into the other? How do they go hand in hand?
Well, listen, and I don't mean this wrong, but when you listen to your preseason shows and your pregame shows and postseason shows, when you look at all the sponsors that WTUZ has, holy cow! And again, you got DAC Vitamins and Minerals, you've got Auto Works, it's in Strasburg, but Garrett Jacobs owns that. Hartzler Quality Housing, you got Zach Motice Insurance, you've got Weaver, all of the Weaver Appliance, you've got all of these, and I'm sure Provia, New Camp. You got all of these businesses that support Garaway athletics, and it's just special. You're right. It's not everywhere, and people don't understand how special a community it is out there, and the people that support us. I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed with great coaches, a great community. I say that all the time, but unless you see it, unless you witness a game on the hill on a Friday night, you don't know what it's like. And we're not a big. We're a small Division 5, Division 6 football team that has unbelievable support and community and an administration that supports us and allows us to do what we do. It's something special.
And that goes hand in hand, right, Coach,
it
with
does.
the wins? Yeah.
And it makes kids excited.
Sure.
We've got some things, some irons in the fire right now that I think are going to be some improvements that are going to make kids even more excited. And it does. It goes hand in hand. It's a challenge to keep, when you're talking 60 kids. Listen, we only played 20, because I think we only had 1 or 2 two-way starters. 20 kids. The challenge is, and a very smart guy just told me this a couple weeks ago. He's like, Coach, how do you keep the young guys interested? And you know what? Winning helps.
Sure.
It's not what I do. Maybe some of it is, but winning helps.
No,
keeping
I
those
think
kids coming around.
I don't want you to sell yourself short. Look, I've known you. I've known you. Listen, I know you're not that type. That you're not the rah guy and put the spotlight on me. You've never been that way. You weren't that way in high school. You're not that way now. But you're on the show for a reason, and I think that you and your program should be applauded for that. You guys are just as much a part of every other one of these coaches that has sat in here tonight to build young men or boys into young men. And that's what you do. And you do a great job of it. Your community's behind you for a reason. Your system, your school system, the superintendent, the athletic director, everybody is behind you for a reason.
Well,
and you've been at this school for a long time for a reason, dude.
Long time.
I'm just telling you, it's
the 163 wins.
Yeah.
Why it's been
Well, but look, but I tell you,
That's true. You got this recorded because for Chris Kale to say something positive about me.
Oh,
that,
what?
You should hear him off the air when we're not around you. I mean,
Hey,
I'm
no,
sure.
but
Thank
but
you.
No,
I appreciate
but
that. Yeah.
no, but that's I'm not saying that to toot your horn because you're on here. I'm saying that because it's the truth. You can have those 140 wins, and are they important? Of course they are. But listen, those kids are going to remember the life lessons that you've taught them way longer than they're going to remember 140 wins.
He just cut you off 23 wins,
23
Coach.
wins.
It's 163.
Okay.
Well,
But you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying.
he's like me. He's not a numbers guy.
Oh,
honestly,
he's
I
not
you
a
know
numbers
what?
guy.
But
Yeah, oh,
but,
no,
it's,
I get
But
they're
he's
gonna-
right. He's
They're not
right.
going to remember the 10 wins
Right.
necessarily. They're going to remember what you did to them to make them better people.
And it's those lifelong
that's what it
friendships
is.
that
Yep.
should keep you going. It really
Absolutely.
is. You know.
Well, let's talk a little bit about 2023. Obviously, we talked about who you're losing, what's the schedule shaping up like, and who's some kids to look out for next year.
You know, our schedule will look a little different next year. We still open with Bel Air.
Not on that stupid Saturday game, is it?
No, it's not
Okay.
on a Saturday at noon. No, it will be on the hill.
7 o'clock,
kickoffs,
not noon, right?
7
Yeah,
o'clock.
okay.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we can,
All
that's Friday night.
Oh,
West Muskingum is on. We played them instead of Doughton. Waynedale's still there. Carrollton's still there. I think that might be the only.
Who's your crossover?
Team. I don't know. East Canton, maybe Malvern.
Malvern, okay.
Yeah.
No, Malvern's is Sandy Valley. So.
Yeah, it must be East Canton.
Must be East Canton.
So, yeah. Listen, that's too far away. You never believe me that I am focused on week one. We're focused on Bel Air right now.
I know
He's focused on a nameless, faceless opponent.
He is.
Thank you. Thank you. You know what? You got to get that in one more time.
Get it in.
Yeah, but no, we're really excited about our young guys. I think we have a really good core between our juniors right now, our sophomores. We've got some freshmen that have worked their tails off. We've got kids chomping at the bit to get back in the weight room on December 12th. It's exciting. It's exciting because obviously you've got a new, fresh group coming in, and they're going to work hard. I know they are. It's just their personality. They've been waiting their turn because, a lot of these seniors have played for 2 or 3 years. So our junior class is really excited to step up and become those leaders and put their stamp on this program.
Sure,
And we've got some really nice classes coming up through that we're really excited about. I think it's going to be a great mix. And, the cupboard's not bare by any means, but it'll be really exciting next year not to have that target on the front and on the back, So, and I'm sure we'll still have the target just because we've been successful. But,
Sure.
We're really excited. We're really excited about the future. We're really excited about our young guys. There's a lot of them where I would mention again, and I know I'd leave somebody out and be that bad guy again. So, it's exciting.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, it's time to hand out some more hardware. And, Coach, a great season last year, a great season this year. You were 12-1, regional semifinals. You fell to Perry, but your body of work speaks for itself over the last 22 years, let alone this year itself. But this is an award you don't have to share with Big Z Sports or anybody else. This is Big Z Sports Coach of the Year.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Yep, that's Jason Wallach, our Coach of the Year this year. And, Coach, it's been a long time coming. It's your first time winning the award. We've been doing it for what, Chris? 7 years
now,
7 years, and I think it was in line in 16. And
let's be honest. I think he's been in line several times.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? And it's the bottom line is like the things that I just talked about. You shut out 6 playoff teams like Joe talked about. Did you win the games that you were expected to win? Sure you did. Did you maybe fall a little short? Well, you would say yes, we did.
Right.
We didn't accomplish our goals, but the overall body of work, dude, there's no doubt you're our Coach of the Year.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
appreciate it. And at the banquet every year that I get these awards. It's not me, it's our staff.
Yep.
So honestly, it's the Big Z Sports Coaching Staff of the Year, because I couldn't do it without all my guys. Obviously, the athletes that we have, but it's a special award. It is because of what you guys do for all of us, and I know all those other coaches really appreciate everything you guys do too. But I can't do it without my staff, without the administration giving us the trust and belief in us. But I'll make sure I share this with my staff, because they deserve it just as much.
Well, and we can't do it, right, Joe, without you opening up your doors. If we don't have coaches and administrators that open up their doors to us and say, hey, come and check this out. Hey, come and look at our facilities. Hey, come and check our team out and do those things. And we get to take pictures and show it to people and take videos, and that's what it's about.
Talk about their kids.
We do this for your programs and your kids. That's why. And you guys have to open up your doors and be willing to let us do that.
You guys are always welcome. We appreciate everything you guys do, honestly.
And I go to practice a lot. I live right out there by the field, and I will tell a funny story. I don't know, was it week 9, week 10? I went out right before we did one of their games.
Got hit.
Yeah, and I was standing out talking to other coaches in the field, just watching practice. And all of a sudden I hear, hey, get off the field. He yelled at me. Yeah, and it's a couple other coaches were there, and he's like, because we were in the middle of the drill.
We talked earlier. You got to take a lash.
It's hard enough to. Yeah, it's hard enough when you got Wes out there running around and Ben and Josh and those guys. Honestly, I mean, we're trying to run offense, and Knucklehead over here.
I was standing with other coaches
he's
though.
10 yards. Yeah, but they know what's going on. Your back was to it. At least they were looking at it.
I got lit up by Casey Cummings. I know what it's all about to get yelled at by a coach.
I think Joe got yelled at by me more than my staff.
For sure.
No, but
congratulations,
we enjoy
man.
having you around, and our kids really do. They get excited with the Big Z, the hats off awards and the T-shirts and those things are priceless to a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid.
Sure.
And without you guys doing it, we don't have that support in the area, and we appreciate it. Really do.
Again, that's our Big Z Sports Coach of the Year, Jason Wallach from the Garaway Pirates, and congratulations again, Coach. And that's going to do it, folks. 2022 high school football season in the books, and it's been a fun year. I spent 1 week in the studio, which was very weird for me. I did every week doing a different game, prepping for different teams, and of course we hit the playoffs, and we do typically the same teams, but that takes a lot of work, and I couldn't have done it without Travis, and the last 5 years that I've been, the 4 years in the booth with him, 5 years he was there on the sidelines for a year, but it's been fun, and it's everything that you guys do back in the studio, unbelievable what Lydia Brady and her crew does for us for the video, and Casey and Perk when he's with us and not with New Philadelphia, and he hangs out with us for a little bit. But
Shannon, Nick, and Adam do for me in the studio,
like Coach Wallach said, if I start trying to name everybody, I'm going to forget somebody. So I just want to say,
Roger,
I know, right? Yeah.
Hey, Roger Metzger was huge this year.
Roger took over for me in the studio, and I don't think I have a spot anymore. So we got to just keep doing games. I'm out.
Roger.
So
Roger did a great job.
He did.
So
it's great to have Roger in, and we appreciate everybody, all the sponsors. Again, I'm not mentioning all of them because I will forget one of them. We have so many. It's unbelievable the sponsorship that we have from the area. I believe it was a record year for sponsorships for Big Z Sports, and Adam Sawecki has a big part of that, and big thanks to him and everybody involved. And it's been a fun year. One for the memory bank, and it's gonna be fun. It ended in St. Clairsville, and next year maybe start up on the hill. You never know, and we'll see what happens. But big thanks to everybody, and again all of our award winners: Mason Wolf, our offensive Player of the Year, Elijah Baldridge, our Defensive Player of the Year, our Player of the Year, Chase Olstrom, our Specialist of the Year, Daniel Miller, and of course our Coach of the Year, Jason Wallach. And big thanks to Mary back in the studio tonight. She's hanging out. She was in at 5 o'clock this morning, and she's working again tonight. So we appreciate that, and what the station allows us to do. We love what we do, and that we appreciate that. And we'll see you basketball season come up on December 9th. Is our first game. And, of course, we'll have one, maybe 2 games on Friday. We'll see what happens. And
one more thing before we go. You always say to me, hey, I hate to put you on the spot, but I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm going to put you on the spot. How do you spell Adam Alphabet's last name?
Alphaat. Alphabet.
You still didn't even spell
Alphabet. I know, I didn't even spell that right.
Cierswesski.
Wow. Wait, can you do that again?
That's family.
But he can't.
Oh, there you go.
There you
My
go.
brother-in-law, I got his.
I'm calling you out.
For everybody here tonight, big thanks to the Pointe Dining, Battle Motors, everybody. We appreciate it, Trav. Gonna miss you, brother.
I'm gonna miss you too, man.
Yeah,
Ain't
have
going
fun.
nowhere.
Yeah, and, big Travis McClellan headed to be a dad for the next 3 years. Good luck to Noah. Hopefully, we get to present him some awards over
That'd
the
be
next
good.
few
Yeah.
years.
And we still got basketball games
That's
to do,
right.
so
That's
we're
right.
good.
Well, you get to hang out with him basketball.
I know.
I'm down away from you all.
That's right.
So.
Just how we like it.
Again, for Jason Wallach, everybody here, thanks to a great season, a fun season. We'll see you in basketball season coming up next Friday, December 9th. So long, everybody.
This has been a special presentation of Big Z Sports. Thanks for joining us for the Battle Motors Wrap-Up Show. Tonight's show is brought to you by Parkway Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, First National Bank of Denison, Tuscarawas Insurance Agency, Allman Hospital, DAC Vitamins and Minerals, TMK Valley Propane, Parkway Quick Lane, Wood Electric, McInturf Realty, Keim Home Center, Morton Niedenthal Certified Public Accountants, the Commercial and Savings Bank, Dr. Nathan Springer, Dino Pergolini and Sons Equipment, Auto Works Collision Center, the Ensley Agency, First Federal Community Bank, and Kaufman Realty. Follow Big Z Sports on Facebook, on Twitter, @Big_Z Sports, and on Instagram. For the best coverage of high school sports, listen to Big Z Sports right here on 99.9 WTUZ Z Country.